Thank you for joining us. I'm Veronica with the Village Voice Evening News for today, Tuesday, April 27, 2021. And now for the news in detail. Exxon strikes oil at Uaru. 9 billion oil equivalent barrels estimate for Stabroek Block set to increase. ExxonMobil has announced the discovery of oil at Uaru 2, offshore Guyana, encountering approximately 94 feet of high-quality oil-bearing sandstone reservoir at the Stabroek Block. In a release to the media, ExxonMobil said that it made the oil discovery on Tuesday and that Uaru 2 will add to the previously announced gross discovered recoverable resource estimate for the block. The Stabroek Block is currently estimated to hold approximately 9 billion oil equivalent barrels, and that estimate is set to increase. Senior Vice President of Exploration and New Ventures at ExxonMobil, Mike Cousins, said that the Uaru 2 discovery enhances Exxon's work to optimally sequence development opportunities in the Stabroek Block. Drilling at Uaru 2 encountered approximately 120 feet of high-quality oil-bearing reservoirs, including newly identified intervals below the original Uaru 1 discovery. The well was drilled in 5,659 feet of water and is located approximately 6.8 miles south of Uaru 1 well. In January of 2020, ExxonMobil announced that Uaru 1 was the 16th discovery in the Stabroek Block. The well encountered approximately 94 feet of high-quality oil-bearing sandstone reservoir and was drilled in 6,342 feet of water. Monkey defending himself in PI into Henry Boy's killing. The preliminary inquiry into the murder of the Henry cousins kick-started on Monday with Akash Singh, the man who was charged separately for the killing of the boys, leading and defending himself. The hearings are being done virtually before Magistrate Peter Hugh at the Blairmont Magistrates Court, and 3 persons have laid depositions to date. The 3 persons, including Gladstone Henry, the father of Isaiah Henry, one of the 2 murdered victims. The other 2 persons are residents of number 3 village, West Coast Berbice, who knew the 2 Henry cousins. 2 more persons should have laid depositions on Monday, but they failed to show up, and further hearing has been set for May 10. Police Prosecutor Inspector Philip Sheriff, who is conducting the preliminary hearing for the prosecution, has indicated that 15 more persons are expected to lay depositions before the police close their case. Akash Singh of Zealot squatting area on the east bank of Essequibo allegedly murdered Isaiah Henry, 16, and Joel Henry, 19, between September 5, 2020 and September 6, 2020 at Cotton Tree Back Dam on the west coast of Berbice. At the preliminary inquiry, Singh, who is also known as Monkey, is conducting his own defense. He has declined cross-examination of the persons who have laid depositions to date. 2 other men, Singh's stepbrother, 34-year-old Anil Sanchara, called Danpol, and Rasta of the Edward Village on the west coast of Berbice, and 30-year-old Vinud Gopal, called Maga of Yakusari Blackbush Polder, Quarantine Berbice, have also been charged for the murder of the Henry boys. PSC elects Paul Chiang as new chairman. Paul Chiang was last week elected chairman of the Private Sector Commission when that business umbrella body held its annual general meeting, or AGM. Krishnand Jaichand was elected vice chairman, Ramesh Dukhu secretary, Zulfikar Ali treasurer, and Maniram Prashad corporate coordinator. The Private Sector Commission wished the newly elected executives a successful tenure of office as they assume this significant role within the business community. In his remarks at the AGM, outgoing chairman Nicholas Dago highlighted that his main focus during his tenure surrounded restoring investors' confidence in the economy through engagements with stakeholders. These include a U.S. congressional delegation, the Jamaican Chamber of Commerce, the foreign missions in Guyana, and several government agencies, as well as the new consignment of ministers. 93 graduated from skills training at the Humanitarian Mission, Inc. 93 youths last weekend graduated in various courses from the Humanitarian Mission Guyana, Inc., a Berbice-based non-governmental organization. Present at the graduation ceremony were Minister of Labor Joseph Hamilton, Minister of Agriculture Zulfikar Mustafa, along with several Region 6 regional executives. Head of the Humanitarian Mission Guyana, Inc., Suresh Sugrim, said it is quite fulfilling to see young men and women use their time to educate themselves so as to change the circumstances and elevate to a position where they can create opportunities and sustain themselves using the skills acquired through the training. He noted that this especially is a pathway for young women to be able to earn for themselves rather than being dependent on the opposite sex to achieve anything whatsoever. Sugrim further noted that the vision of his organization is to allow men to be free and challenge themselves to become better. And now for news in the region. 5 more Brazilian variant cases, 9 within a week. Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, in a report, said there is now growing concern about the spread of the Brazilian variant in Trinidad and Tobago after 5 additional cases were reported on Monday, bringing the number of people with the highly transmissible variant of COVID-19 to 9 within a week. Health officials now fear that the variant could be circulating in the population. In a statement on Monday, the Ministry of Health confirmed that the Brazilian SARS-CoV-2 variant of concern, P1, was detected in 5 additional unlinked people within the country's borders. SARS-CoV-2 is the virus that causes COVID-19. The first P1 infection in a local sample was confirmed on Monday, April 19, by the University of the West Indies, which screens for the variant. It was found in a migrant in Mayaro. Last Friday, April 23rd, the Ministry of Health revealed that 3 additional samples tested positive for the variant. The samples were taken from the Karuni, Victoria, and St. George West countries. One was a non-national, one a national, and the other a minor. And internationally, Delhi builds makeshift funeral pyres as deaths climb. Crematoriums in the Indian capital of Delhi have been forced to build makeshift funeral pyres as the city runs out of space to cremate its dead, BBC said in a report. Staff are working around the clock while parks and other empty spaces are being utilized for cremations. Families have had to wait hours before being allowed to cremate their dead due to the rise in demand. Deaths have been surging in India as a second wave of the infections devastate the country. The rising number of deaths, 380 were recorded in Delhi alone on Monday, has left crematoriums in urgent need of space. At the city's capital, Sari Kale Khan Crematorium, at least 27 new pyres have been built and dozens more are being added in a nearby park. Officials are now looking for additional space near the city's Yamuna riverbed. A worker at the crematorium, which originally had capacity for only 22 bodies, told the Hindu newspaper that they are operating continuously from early morning until midnight. In Delhi, the authorities have reportedly cut down trees in city parks for use as kindling on fire pyres. Relatives of the dead have also been asked to help with cremations by piling wood and assisting in other rituals. Tensions overshadow European Union vote on United Kingdom trade deal. The European Parliament is expected to ratify the post-Brexit EU-UK trade deal, a key move to ensure that tariff and quota-free trade continues. BBC, in a report, said that the Trade and Cooperation Agreement, abbreviated TCA, has been operating provisionally since January. MEPs are expected to vote for it after 2000 hours, abbreviated approximately 1800 GTM. Brexit tensions remain, including a French threat of reprisals against the UK over new fishing restrictions. Under a separate protocol, Northern Ireland remains de facto part of the EU's single market, so goods arriving there from Britain have to undergo EU checks. Since Brexit, there has been some disruptions to that trade. The TCA covers EU-UK trade in goods but not services. The UK economy is dominated by services, sectors such as banking, insurance, advertising, and legal advice. And finally, in sport, 2021 CPL to be held in St. Kitts and Nevis. Sportsmax, in a report, said that the upcoming edition of the Caribbean Premier League, or CPL, set to be held entirely on the island of St. Kitts and Nevis and bowls off on August 28. Due to the threat posed by the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, the entire 2020 edition of the tournament was held in Trinidad and Tobago under strict COVID-19 protocols. In several respects, the tournament was a success, with the event successfully being delivered to a record audience of over 500 million people. The Trinbago Knight Riders were eventually crowned champions on their own patch. St. Kitts and Nevis Warner Park has been the scene of some of the most iconic matches in Hero CPL history. Fans were treated to Chris Gale's brilliant 100 against the Jamaica Tallawahs in 2019 and Andre Russell's even more explosive century against the Trinbago Knight Riders in 2016. There have also been some amazing matches, not least the game that went to super over finish between St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots and the Knight Riders in 2019. This year's tournament takes an extra significance, with it taking place in the lead up to the ICC T20 World Cup, and both West Indies and overseas players will be using this opportunity to push for a selection for their international teams. And this has brought us to the end of the Village Voice Evening News for today, Tuesday, April 27, 2021. For these stories and more, visit our website at www.villagevoicenews.com. Follow us on Facebook at Village Voice News and Instagram and Twitter at Village Voice GY. Join us again tomorrow at 7 hours for a rebroadcast of this evening's news. With Village Voice News, contact 600-3117. Tune in to 97.5 FM at 7, 12, and 19 hours every weekday for Village Voice News.
New releases, whenever you hear about the new hits, it's all about Maad 97 FM. Maad 97. Definitely playing all the hits all day. People you don't know, we keep it all the way. Maad 97
is real.
Come, let's melt you down on The Meltdown on Maad 97.5 FM every Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Hosted by yours truly, Anne-Marie. Bringing to you live comedy from local comedians, sharing ways to ease your stress while unwinding after a hard day of work and melting you down with soothing music. You don't want to miss this one.
When you have a baby, gentle means everything to you and to us. So at Johnson's, we improved everything. We used 50% fewer ingredients, took out dyes, parabens, phthalates, and sulfates, beat the top safety standards in the world, and added one-handed pumps. Gentle means pure. Gentle means safe. Gentle means love. The new Johnson's. Choose gentle.
Distributed by Distribution Services Limited and available at retailers nationwide.
What's hiding in your skin?
Hidden toxins, that's what.
Neutrogena Deep Clean Cream Cleanser seeks out hidden toxins, dirt, and oil, even stuff you don't know is there, and forces them out. Removes more than 99% of skin impurities that can lead to breakouts. Works extra, extra deep, so skin stays extra, extra clear.
So now, I've got nothing to hide.
Does your cleanser clean this deep? Deep Clean Cream Cleanser. Neutrogena Skincare. Recommended most by dermatologists.
Distributed by Distribution Services Limited and available at retailers nationwide.
With 70% ethyl alcohol, Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer eliminates 99.99% of all germs and even moisturizes in the process, leaving your skin clean and hydrated. Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer. How do you stay clean?
Gotta get represented for the Mad FM.
In Guyana and right across the Eastern Caribbean, the time is now 7 hours 17. Top of the morning to everyone tuned into Maad 97.5 FM. Welcome on down to another edition of the Morning Showcase. My name is Veronica. Joining me shortly on the music side of things, we're going to have the talents of Selector Malo. And together, we're going to be here keeping you company until 10 a.m. on this, the 28th day of April. Bright and sunny Wednesday morning here in the capital city, where we're coming to you live from Georgetown, Guyana. Broadcasting live from the Garden City. You were just listening to a rebroadcast of yesterday's news, compliments of Village Voice Guyana, and of course right now we have your weather report lined up so you can go ahead and plan your outdoor activities for today, all right? So the weather report is provided by the National Weather Watch Center. Today's forecaster is Miss Camilla McPherson. The weather report commenced at 7 a.m. and is valid for a period of 12 hours. So 18 minutes into your forecast period, and it reads partly cloudy to cloudy skies are likely to be experienced over coastal regions 1 to 6 and Region 9 and Southern Region 6 with a few brief showers in the early morning hours. Conditions are expected to improve as the day progresses. Inland regions will continue to experience cloudy to overcast skies with showers of varying intensities and frequent rain. Thunder showers are also likely in the areas during the afternoon periods. We have rainfall expected to range between 15 and 30 millimeters over coastal regions 1 to 6, Region 9 and Southern Region 6, and between 25 and 50 millimeters elsewhere. Winds are expected to be northeasterly to easterly at 4 to 6 miles per second. Temperature along the coast is 28 to 31 degrees Celsius, and within the hinterland communities 29 to 32 degrees Celsius. Low tide will be at 10:59 at a height of 0.11 of a meter, and we have high tide expected at 17:13 today, so that's at 5:13 today. The high tide will be at 3.13 meters, which is above normal. Therefore, citizens are advised that the above normal high tide and its advisory is in effect and will continue until Saturday, May 1, 2021. Therefore, residents of low-lying, riverine, and flood-prone areas are advised to take the necessary precautions as overtopping of sea and river defenses is likely. We have slight to moderate seas with easterly waves reaching heights of 1.5 to 2 meters in open waters, and these waves are likely to have periods of between 7 and 9 seconds. Winds are expected to be easterly between 5 to 7 miles per second. The sun is expected to set in Georgetown at 17:59 today, so that's at 5:59 today. And in regards to some special advisory and severe weather warnings, they are as follows. Coastal and inland Guyana can expect very wet conditions from Thursday and Friday as high rainfall values are anticipated. In view of the forecast conditions, continued rainfall will likely lead to flooding in low-lying and flood-prone areas, and possibility of landslides over hilly areas is likely. Residents are asked to take the necessary precautions to safeguard against possible flooding, high winds, lightning, and mudslides. And there you go. The kind of weather you can expect. Looks like it's going to be like kind of some angry weather on the outside. Nonetheless, I hope that you guys are going to stay hydrated. You're going to stay dry. You're going to wear your sunscreen. And you're just going to go out there and make the best of the situation, whatever the weather may be. Rain or sunshine. We still got to walk, right? All right. So it's 7 hours 21 on the clock. I just have to let you know we're currently broadcasting live on Facebook, also live on YouTube, and of course, live on the FM dial, and we're broadcasting live on the Digital Go Loud app and our own personal app and several other major radio streaming apps. So please feel free to, entertain yourself on any one of those platforms. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get into some musical selection. Selector Malo just pranced in here looking winded. Did you run here? Normal thing. You know what? Get your co-workers who gonna run just to make sure that they are, on time and ready to work with you. Shout outs to Selector Malo, man. Always going the extra mile for us. So, sending good morning greetings to our friends joining us on Facebook. We're going to address you by name in just a couple minutes. However, those of you joining us via traditional radio, please feel free to send us your text messages on 622-3975. That is 622-3975. Turn your radios up now and enjoy some tunes. And of course, we're going to be back to chat with you guys in just a couple minutes.
Tell me what you really like. Baby, I can take my time. We don't ever have to fight. Just take it step by step. I can see it in your eyes, 'cause they never tell me lies. I can feel that body shake and the heat between your legs. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run. I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, babe. You are not the single type, so baby, this the perfect time. I'm just trying to get you high, faded off this touch. We don't need a lonely night, so baby, I can make it right. You just gotta let me try to give you what you want. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run. I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, babe. I never thought that I would see this day, where I would see my ghetto life fade away. 'Cause I was lost and couldn't find a way. And now I look forward to every day. Welcome to my sunny day. Block don't stop, always stayed hot.
This is a particular selection that used to be a favorite of mine when I was younger, and I haven't heard it in literal years. This is Sunny Day by Akon, who recently celebrated his birthday, by the way, with his gorgeous wife. I believe they vacationed in Bali. Must be nice. Anyway, he deserves a vacation in Bali, considering all the things that he has been doing, all the humanitarian aspects that he has been focused on. If you don't know, then get yourself familiarized with Akon and this particular selection. It's entitled Sunny Day from the top.
Who'd ever thought that I would see this day, where I would see my ghetto life fade away. 'Cause I was lost and couldn't find a way. And now I look forward to every day. Welcome to my sunny day. Block don't stop, always stayed hot. No matter how the seasons got, I still remember when they took me away. Kept it on lock, then I got popped. Realized I had to stop. Then I took the time to explore a better way. Search high and low, so close, yet so far to go. I just know there's a sunny day. Who'd ever thought that I would see this day, where I would see my ghetto life fade away. 'Cause I was lost and couldn't find a way. And now I look forward to every day. Welcome to
the sun on my face. I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I can feel heaven in this place. And that's the sign of a victory. Yeah. That's a sign of a victory. I can feel the spirit of the nations, and I can feel my wings riding the wind. Yeah, I see the finish line just up ahead now, and I can feel it rising deep within. And that's the sign of a victory. And that's the sign of a victory. Looking over the skyline of the city, loud quiet nights in the midst of crime. Next door to happiness lives sorrow, and signals of solution in the sky. A city of justice, a city of love, a city of peace for every one of us. We all need it, can't live without it. A Gotham City, oh yeah. Sleeping awake because of fear. Oh, yeah. Looking over the skyline of the city, loud quiet nights in the midst of crime. Next door to happiness lives sorrow, and signals of solution in the sky. A city of justice, a city of love, a city of peace for every one of us. We all need it, can't live without it. A Gotham City, oh yeah. Sleeping awake because of fear, oh yeah. Children are drowning in their tears. We need a place where we can go, a land where everyone will have a hero. A city of justice, yeah. A city of love, a city of peace for every one of us. 'Cause we all need it, yeah. Can't live without it. A Gotham City, yeah, yeah. A city of justice.
This was all you, none of it me. You put your hands on my body and told me, you told me you were ready for the big one, for the big jump. I'd be your last love, everlasting, you and me. That was what you told me. I'm giving you up, I'm forgiving it all. You set me free. Send my love to your new lover. Treat her better. We gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more. Send my love to your new lover. Treat her better. We gotta let go of all of our goals. We both know we ain't kids no more. I was too strong, you were trembling, you couldn't handle the hot heat rising. Baby, I'm still rising. I was running, you were walking, you couldn't keep up, you were falling down. There's only one way down. I'm giving you up, I'm forgiving it all. You set me free.
you were listening to the voice of Adele, and now we have the voice of a combination between T.I. and Chris Brown. I haven't heard any news from T.I. in a lot. Does he have new music and stuff out? Is this a new song? Yeah, he has. T.I.? Okay. Yeah, because I remember when he did that one song with Rihanna. What was the name again? That was a hit back in the day, like early 2000. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, I'm going to tell you all about it just now. I did come to tell you about your bridge schedules for today. So listen up if you have to be utilizing these bridge for today. The Demerara Harbour Bridge has already been closed and reopened to vehicular traffic. The next foreclosure for the Demerara Harbour Bridge will be tomorrow, Thursday at 4:30 for a period of 1 to 1.5 hours. 4:30 in the morning, right? So for the rest of today, you should be free to cross. The Berbice River Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic today, Wednesday, at 16 hours 40. That's at 4:40 today, and it will be closed for a period of 1 to 1.5 hours. And there you go, your bridge schedules for the remainder of this beautiful Wednesday morning. Bright and sunny here in the capital city. How is the weather in your neck of the woods? Are you having a good morning? Did you have a good night's rest? Marla, did you sleep well? This morning, I literally, I woke up and I literally considered just abandoning society and just going and living in a forest or something. I had to lasso something. Why not? The only thing honestly, the only thing that's stopping me from abandoning societal rules and norms and going to just live by myself like a bog witch in a forest is the fact that mosquito and two may get Wi-Fi. Those are the only reasons. That's the only reason I am here participating in society today. You understand? All right, sending good morning greetings to our friends joining us on Facebook. Good morning to Miss Margaret Nelson. How are you doing today, my dear? I am loving the photo shoots that you do and the pictures that you post. You are one fine young lady. No homo. Sending good morning greetings to Sachin Sitaran. Good morning to Stanley Little. Is that it? Is that Stanley Little? I hope I got that right. Good morning to you, Narayan Hari Prasad, and thank you so much for tuning into the program. Hello to Brian Smith. How are you doing today? Joining us all the way from Bel Air Park. What's going on in Bel Air today? It's bright and sunny here, and Bel Air is like not far, so I'm assuming it's also bright and sunny there. Good morning to Monica Joseph. Good morning to Lesma Ross Jackman. Hi, how are you doing today? You know what, Lesma? Anytime you pay a visit to Guyana, please ensure that you let me know so that we can hook up for like a hangout session or something. Sending good morning greetings to Horace Sarkar and to everybody else joining us on Facebook there. It's nice to see you guys tuned in this morning. Thanks for chilling with us and hanging out with us. It's 7 hours 35 on the clock. We're going to get to some more musical selections now, yes? Remember the number to text 622-3975.
I'm only human, y'all. I'm only human, y'all. I'm only human, y'all. I'm only human, y'all. Hey, listen to me. Hey, when they push you down, you got to get I'm only human, y'all. And when they push you down, you got to get I'm just a human. Brush the dirt off your jersey, then go for the cup, or the trophy, or the ring. Champion no matter what. Cause when you got the belt in the ring, people with you popping bottles, taking pictures, look around. Yeah, as soon as you fall down, all the haters pass a judgment. Flies on me a shout and I'm about to pull this. Hey, what it is, world? Yeah, it's me again. Back before you, at your mercy, on bending knee again. No running from the truth, as much as we pretend that it ain't what it is, then it hits CNN. Apologies to my fans and my closest friends for letting you down. I won't take you down this road again. Most of you now saying whatever, here we go again. Vlogs, radio, and television, all going in. I laugh to keep from crying through all of the embarrassment. If I must say myself, you haters is hilarious. How dare you sit right there and act as if you holier than thou. Point your finger now with me looking down. Same clown that would twit picking at my wedding. On the same Twitter page, they're respecting. Wait a second, never mind my imperfections, this a fact. Remember that, no mistakes too great to recover and bounce back. Hey, when they push you down, you got to get I'm only human, y'all. And when they push you down, you got to get just a human. Push the
Can't you agree with me for once? Yeah, maybe we can be on chill tonight.
One time.
Maybe I can get you
chill. I'm getting mine like fine wine measured in time. Many other brothers love you, but this pleasure is mine. It's no pressure for us to say that I love you from now. So that is one is be comfortable now. For real, who you loving, who you wanna pull up with? Who don't care who you dating, long as you care and you trust. I'm trying to hear all your problems so I can lighten the load. No, you not fighting alone, cause I'm protecting you from them. So chill, life hard and ex-lovers is like scars. Cause it stopped hurting but never forgetting what it was. I wasn't young and my biggest enemy was the club with voicemails on third
just can't refuse. She wanna ride like a cruise, and I'm not trying to lose. Then you're left in the dust, unless I stuck by you. Needless to say, I keep a check. She was a bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. Needless to say, I'm keeping a check. She was a bad, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Crash at my place, baby, you're a wreck. Thinking in a bad way, losing your grip. Screaming at my face, baby, don't trip. Someone took a big L, don't know how that felt. Looking at you sideways, party on tilt. Ooh, certain things you just can't refuse. She wanna ride like a cruise, and I'm not trying to lose. Then you're left in the dust, unless I stuck by you. You're a sunflower. I think your love would be too much, or you'd be left in the dust, unless I stuck by you. You're the sunflower. You're the sunflower. So now he's your heaven. You're lying to yourself and him to make me jealous. You put on such an act when you're sleeping together. All this cause I said I don't want marriage. I don't want.
So apparently we got the voice of The Weeknd in the background, a song entitled Hawaii. I've never heard this particular selection before, so me, along with the other folks who haven't heard it before, are going to be listening to it for the first time in just a few minutes. I have to address these text messages, these WhatsApp messages rather. Sending good morning greetings to Mr. Wayne Lowe. How are you doing today? I am well. Thank you so much for asking. I trust that you are staying safe and doing well down there. He's sending good morning greetings to his family in Parfait Harmony on the west bank of Demerara, and to the folks joining us in Matthews Ridge, that's at the Northwest District. Sending good morning greetings to all of you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the program. I'm happy to hear that everybody's loving the selection. Special good morning greeting is going out to Barry. Hi, Barry. How are you doing today? Thank you for tuning into the program. Carissa, my girl, what's up? Sorry, I didn't mean to sound like, a blonde bimbo. No disrespect to blondes. But, stereotypes. Sending good morning greetings to you, Carissa. Thank you so much for tuning in with us here on the Morning Showcase. How's it going in your neck of the woods? Shout outs to Andy. What's up? Good morning to you, Andy. I hope that you enjoyed your birthday yesterday. Sending good morning greetings to the team down there at Extreme Adventures. What's up? I trust that everybody is doing well. Hello to Alana. I trust that you are going to have a fantastic day as well, my dear. Thank you so much for always joining us here on the program. I see you sent a text message here that asked if you spelled my name right. Yes, you did. On the 8th of April, and now I see it. I shame. Good morning to you, though, Alana. I hope that you have a fantastic day. Thank you for tuning into the program. Hello to Mr. Chris Wordsworth, who is joining us from cloudy Rosignol. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Mr. Chris Wordsworth. I hope that you and your entire family are going to have a fantastic day. Hello to Roseanne. Wakapoa. Wakapoa? Is that it? We had this discussion already. It's Wakapow. Yes, it's Wakapow. Now I see the text message. That's the name of the area, Wakapow. One of these good days, I swear, I will not butcher the name of your neighborhood. But until then, I hope that you stay safe and have a great day, Rosanna. Roseanne. Look like I gotta butcher your whole name too. I'm so sorry. But good morning to you, Roseanne. I hope that you have a fantastic day today. Sending good morning greetings to all of our friends joining us in Berbice. How's everyone doing in Berbice today? How is the weather in Berbice? Hello to the folks down there at Grill Master, and good morning to Churches in Berbice. I know they're usually locked in with us here. Good morning to Floyd Mariah. I hope that you have a fantastic day today, my dear. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right, I done prattle. Turn your radios up now and enjoy the voice of the weekend. Hawaii, is it? Yes.
Yeah. So now he's your heaven. You're lying to yourself and him to make me jealous. You put on such an act when you're sleeping together. All this cause I said I don't want marriage. I don't want marriage. I'd rather go half on a baby, 'cause at least I know that it's not temporary, and at least we'll share something that's real. I can tell that you're just trying to feel. Puede que no te haga falta nada, aparentemente nada. Highway de vacaciones, mi felicitaciones. Muy lindo el Instagram lo que posteas, pa' que yo vea cómo te va, pa' que yo vea. Puede que no te haga falta nada, aparentemente nada. Hawaii de vacaciones, mis felicitaciones. Muy lindo en Instagram lo que posteas, pa' que yo vea cómo te va de bien, pero te haces mal, porque el amor no se compra con nada. Miéntele a todos tus seguidores, dile que los tiempos de ahora son mejores. No creo que cuando te llame me ignores, si después de mí ya no habrá más amores. Tú y yo fuimos uno, no se muera y uno antes del desayuno. No, que te pasaba el humo, y ahora en esta guerra no gana ninguno.
You're beautiful, that's for sure. You'll never, ever fade. You're lovely, but it's not for sure. I won't ever change. And though my love is great, and though my love is true, I'm like a bird, I only fly away. I don't know where my soul is, I don't know where my home is. And baby, all I need for you to know is like a bird, I'll only fly away. I don't know where my soul is, I don't know where my home is. I need for you to know.
Can I call you baby? Can you be my friend? Can you be my lover up until the very end? Let me show you love, I don't pretend. Stick by my side even when the world is giving in. Oh, don't you worry, I'll be there whenever you want me. I need somebody who can love me at my worst. No, I'm not perfect, but I hope you see my worth. 'Cause it's only you, nobody knew I put you first. And for you, girl, I swear I do the worst. If you stay forever, let me hold your hand. I can feel those places in your heart no one else can. Let me show you love, I don't pretend. I'll be right here, baby, you know it's sink or swim. Oh, don't you worry, I'll be there whenever you want me. I need somebody who can love me at my worst. No, I'm not perfect, but I hope you see my worth. 'Cause it's only you, nobody knew I put you first. And for you, girl, I swear I do the worst. You cut out a piece of me, and now I bleed internally. Left here without you, without you. And it hurts for me to think about what life could possibly be like without you, without you. I can't believe that you would have believed me. All of your reasons, I lost my, you know I didn't mean it. Now I see it, you run and repeat it, and I can't take it back. So in the past is where we'll leave it. So there you go. Oh, can't make a wife out of a. Oh, I'll never find the words to say I'm sorry, but I'm scared to be alone. You cut out a piece of me, and now I bleed
only attracted to things that'll bring the trauma. Overseas, yeah, we trying to stop terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living in the USA, the big CIA, the Bloods and the Crips and the KKK. But if you only have love for your own race, then you only leave space to discriminate. And to discriminate only generates hate. And when you hate, then you're bound to get irate. Yeah, madness is what you demonstrate, and that's exactly how anger works and operates. Man, you gotta have love just to set it straight. Take control of your mind and meditate. Let your soul gravitate to the love, y'all.
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. When you practice what you preach, and would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning, where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love?
It just ain't the same, always new change. New days are strange, is the world insane? If love and peace is so strong, why are the pieces of love that don't belong? Nations dropping bombs, chemical gases filling lungs of little ones with ongoing suffering as the youth are young. So ask yourself, is the loving really gone? So I could ask myself, really what is going wrong in this world that we living in? People keep on giving in, making wrong decisions, only visions of them dividends. Not respecting each other, denying thy brother. A war's going on, but the reason's undercover. The truth is kept secret, it's swept under the rug. If you never know truth, then you never know love. What's the love, y'all? Come on, I don't know. Where's the truth, y'all? Come on, I don't know. Where's the love, y'all?
People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. When you practice what you preach, and would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us, send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning, where is the love?
This is the lyrical General Quasi Ace, and you're tuned to the Maad 97.5, the pulse of the 592. Maad 97, whoa!
Guyana is our country, our motherland, beautiful and free, and it's here for you and me. So let's come together, one for all, making her proud. Let's heed the call and sing this song out loud.
Throw away the grudge and leave it at the gate. Throw away your prejudice, start a new slate. Throw away racism, intolerance and hate. Let's build a new Guyana from today. Open your hearts and open up your ears, open your eyes. Let harmony come in, open your windows and open up the doors. Open up for all of us to win. Open up, let harmony come in.
Let's work together and build it. Let's work together, it's where we live, in a land so great and free. Let's make it a better country. Let's work together for all to see. We can live in harmony.
Let's work, let's build, let's play, let's laugh together. We are multicultural, let's respect color, creed, and race. Let's embrace each other now and ensure each has a place in this melting pot we call our homeland. Open your hearts and open up your ears, open your eyes. Let harmony come in, open your windows and open up the doors. Open up for all of us to win. Open up, let harmony come in. Open your hearts and open up your ears, open your eyes. Let harmony come in, open your windows and open up the doors. Open up for all of us to win. Open up, let harmony come in.
Listerine Ready Tabs presents Seriously, What Is This? People have been wondering what new Listerine Ready Tabs are, so we'd like to clear things up. They're not gum, mints, dice, or candy. If you guess they're tabs that turn into liquid as you chew, so you can swish and clean your whole mouth instantly from anywhere, then you were correct. And that was a really good guess. Nice job. Introducing Listerine Ready Tabs. Bring out the bold.
Distributed by Distribution Services Limited and available at retailers nationwide.
Hey, Barbies! Are you tired of bad internet connections and dealing with companies that just don't keep their promises? Want to watch Netflix uninterrupted? Then come on over to BRNet, the best internet service provider in Guyana. At BRNet, we provide the fastest and most stable internet connection. With us, you can stop worrying about studying or working at home, missing out on all your favorite shows and catching the latest news or even being entertained by YouTube. With packages starting from as little as $5,000 for 5Gs to our unlimited $12,000 package. We have something to suit everyone's needs. So call us on 649-8218 or check out our website at brnet.gy if you want to get connected. Call quick because for a limited period, we're offering free installation. We're currently installing in the west and east coast of Berbice area, so don't worry, we'll be in your area soon. BRNet, bringing you closer.
Spreading love, spreading all over the world. To every boy, every girl, yeah. Spread it all over the world. Maad 97.5 FM, spreading love. It's on a strong one there.
Hey guys, 7 hours 55 on the clock. Thanks for staying tuned into the morning showcase. If you've just joined us, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Oh, we're halfway through the work week, man. Yeah, hang in there. Slowly but surely, it's going to be Friday, and then it's going to be Saturday, and then it's going to be Sunday, and then Monday's going to be here to slap you in the face again. That's life, eh? All right, so yesterday we started learning about a phenomenon that apparently a lot of people are afflicted with. It's called hurry sickness. Not a diagnosable disease. No. It's just a phenomena that, when you get so caught up with the various activities and then you add more activities to the already long list of activities, and then you feel as if you can't finish a single one. So you try to finish all of them at the same time, just hoping that you're going to get success in one area even, right? So that's basically what hurry sickness is. Let me tell you, for the people who probably missed the definition yesterday. Yeah, it's fairly well. The term is not new because it came about since 1974, but the actual information is fairly new, at least to me. The article is taken from HuffPost.com. So if you're interested, you can probably get a read of that one for yourselves if your internet allows. If one is chronically in a hurry, one is also very likely to be highly driven to achieve small outcomes in the short term, to be competitive, and to be impatient with others. That's one thing to note. The term was coined by cardiologist Meyer Friedman and Ray Rosenman and popularized in their 1974 book. All right, so these are the signs to look out for. You constantly racing to cross items off of your to-do list, if you even have a to-do list, juggling several tasks at a time and feeling like you're always behind schedule. Do you get agitated by any impediment, however small, and any attempt to slow down your own progress? Then you might be dealing with hurry sickness, a term that is in hyphen. Okay, so yesterday we spoke about we spoke a little bit about the fact that you treat everything like it's a race. Everything is a competition. Everybody is your competitor, and you in a race against time to beat everybody to the finish line. But the thing is, only you consider this a finish line. Nobody else is running with you. It's just you in your own competition, in your own lane, thinking as if everybody else is also, running the same race as you. Today, we're going to learn about the fact that you find it impossible to do just one task at a time. Now, when you're dealing with this phenomena called hurry sickness, multitasking is your MO, your modus operandi or modus operandi, which loosely translates to mode of operation. Usually hear it in crime shows for criminals, serial killer, MO. Moving on. In fact, focusing on just one task, even for a short time, feels unbearable to you. Why? Because you have so much on your plate, you feel as if you are neglecting everything else by focusing on this one task, okay? You'll try to figure out what else can you squeeze in while you microwave your lunch or while you brush your teeth, for example. This is what Richard Jolly, who is an organizational consultant and adjunct professor at the Northwestern University Kellogg School of Management. Yeah, so that's one of the things to look out for. The fact that if you consider your daily activities and how you operate, okay? Do you find it impossible to just do one task at a time? If that's true, then you might be faced with this particular phenomenon. And the thing is, you have to slow down, take check of your life, and consider. Take a moment, step away from yourself. I know this sounds like like we're just going to be what is the word I'm looking for? Something. Anyway, the point is, take stock of what's going on and how you are operating. And if you realize that you find it impossible to do just one of these tasks, I'm going to need you to sit down and have a discussion with yourself and check in with yourself and consider how and why you feel as if you have to take on the entire world just you alone. Right? That is the question that you need to answer today. Why is it that you feel you have to do everything by yourself all at once? I probably need to check in with myself on this particular tip as well, especially when it comes to reading books. Y'all know how many books I'm reading right now? Like six different books that I have not been able to finish a single one as yet because they're so thick. It's ridiculous. It's just whichever one is closest to me. I don't even consider the fact that I have others to finish because I can't apparently read one book at a time. I got multi-read, which is not even a thing, but you know. So we all need to take stock of the things that we are doing, okay? So that is your tip for today. If you find it impossible to do just one task at a time, check in with yourself, okay? All right, so we're going to head into the top of the hour mark, and when we come back, it's news time.
You're listening to the New Generation Radio, Maad 97 FM, broadcasting from Georgetown, Guyana, in the highest quality, providing our listeners with the latest in world and Caribbean music, local culture, and top personalities. Maad 97 FM is We On.
At the station we run Guyana Nation with version from creation. Nibibum.
Maad 97.5 FM time, 8 hours 1. Thanks for staying tuned into the morning showcase. Now we're going to be taking a look at the news items on the front page of the daily newspapers because as despairing as they might be, we got to stay up to date with local and recent events because you have to know what's going on around you, okay? Yeah, despite the circumstances. I know some of you guys might just be inundated with the news, so I'll give you just, I'll allow you to just avert your attention for a couple minutes. And when we come back, we're going to be entertaining you with some good music. But as of right now, let's see what's on the front page of today's Starbuck newspaper. Former Barbados minister jailed in the U.S. for laundering bribes. Okay. Details can be found on page 5. ExxonMobil finds oil at Uaru 2 sees potential for 10 platforms. The details of this news item can be found on page 3. If you are interested in what's going on here, they said they found well, anyway, let me tell you the story. ExxonMobil said yesterday that it made an oil discovery at the Uaru 2 well in the Starbuck block offshore Guyana, the 19th thus far. In a release, it said that Uaru 2 will add to the previously announced gross discovered recoverable resource estimate for the block, which is currently estimated to be approximately 9 billion oil equivalent barrels. So this is meant to increase. 9 billion oil equivalent barrels is meant to increase because of the find that was, because of the discovery that was made yesterday at the Uaru 2 well. It said that drilling at Uaru 2 encountered approximately 120 20 feet, which is equivalent to 36.7 meters, of high-quality oil-bearing reservoirs, including newly identified intervals below the original Uaru-1 discovery. And the well was drilled in 5,659 feet of water and is approximately 6.8 miles, which is equivalent to 11 kilometers south of the Uaru-1 well. Okay? So that's basically what's going on with ExxonMobil. Of course, that's just the gist. It's the tip of the iceberg. You can find more details in today's Starbrook newspaper on page 3 and page 19, respectively. Moving on. Bartica men wanted over threat to fight. Details can be found on page 9. Bartica men wanted over... Shout out to the folks down there in Bartica who are usually joining us on the program. What's going on in Bartica? Let's find out. Police are searching for 3 men who reportedly issued a threat to a chartered domestic flight on Monday morning at the Bartica airstrip after being informed that they were not allowed to board. Police Commander of Region 7, Dion Moore, yesterday told Starbrook News that one of the 3 persons threatened to take action after the pilot informed them that they were not allowed on the plane. But why? Let's find out. According to Commander, as the chartered aircraft was preparing to depart, 3 men on bicycles rode up to the plane and asked the pilot if they could be allowed on the flight. However, the pilot responded in the negative, and one of the men allegedly uttered, "You gon' see what gon' happen, hey," and then rode off. Moore noted that checks were made for the individuals, but investigations were unsuccessful. Meanwhile, Guyana Police Force spokesman Mark Ramotar yesterday said on his Facebook page that there was no harm of escalation subsequent to the threat, and passengers along with the pilot returned to the Ogle Airport safely. He said that Air Service Limited is taking the matter seriously, and the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority has been informed of the incident. Okay, so not as bad as it could have been. More details to be found on page 9. Also, we have here government beefing up oversight to better police Exxon. This is according to Jagdio. GPSU incensed at lack of government response on wages. Oh, yeah. Really? Y'all surprised? Details of this one can be found on page 10. Let's see what we have here. The Guyana Public Service Union, abbreviated GPSU, has accused the PPPC government of inviting a confrontation by failing to respond to its request to begin negotiations for increases in wages and salaries. I tell ya, the public service, I really don't even know how you manage to make ends meet, because 2 people working for $60,000 a month, like, and you have mouths to feed and you have bills to pay. How? Like, y'all are the real heroes of society, I swear, surviving on the salary. My word. Speaking at a press conference yesterday, First Vice President Don Gardiner reminded that public servants have not received an increase since January of 2019. But, you know, the prices on the market have increased, though, substantially. Lord knows, people remove VAT, but double the price of what VAT would have cost. She noted that the union has written the government since November of 2020 to begin negotiations, but has not yet received a response. The GPSU has sent reminders to the government representatives, calling on them to respect their obligations under the legally binding agreement for the avoidance and settlement of disputes. But commencing negotiations, it seems that there is a well-orchestrated plan to suffocate workers in the public sector and, by extension, their families. Such acts are inhumane and cruel, Gardiner said. The trade unionist was quick to highlight the fact that government recently responded to protests from workers in the sugar sector by making available $200 million, yet refuses to make a similar consideration for public sector workers. Public servants have been providing quality public service for the past years without meaningful economic improvements in their earnings and are being pressured to perform in an increasingly deadly environment, Gardiner lamented, adding that the state coffers could afford to pay a substantial increase to every level of worker. She reminded that the public servants have faced similar constraints under successive administrations, both from the PPPC and the APNU plus AFC. Assurance was given in 1992. This is where we got to go back to 1992. but not honored. Again, in 2015, there was the promise of the restoration of collective bargaining, but this did not happen. In 2020, there was the commitment of inclusiveness and the slogan, "A government for all," that has been replaced with rejection and political discrimination, which has resulted in the lack of trust by the employees towards their employer, she stressed, while imploring government to cease this unconscionable, uncaring, and insensitive approach in addressing the protection and welfare of public servants and frontline workers. All right, I'd love to go into more details, but time is, you can find more details printed on page 10, but this article is just speaking the truth for the population. Moving on, we have here, murder suspect Biggie confesses to Drysdale Street murder. Details can be found on page 12. And finally, we have here another Guyanese nabbed with birds at JFK. And there is a picture of Kevin Andre McKenzie. And the details of this article can be found on the center pages of today's Starbuck newspaper. And now we take a look at the news items on the front page of today's Kaitro newspaper. GPL workers protest for settlement on salary increase. Everybody just protesting. A government that has constant protests for salary increase, you honestly see something wrong? Like, shouldn't somebody be paying attention to this? Shouldn't somebody in some way or the other be saying something to the population? Like, seriously? We're moving on, though. Yoaro Too Well takes Exxon's Stabroek block discoveries to 19. Driver abandons car and flees after hitting down teen. A 14-year-old teenager was knocked down on the public road and left to his own devices after the driver literally parked his vehicle and just ran away. So police are now on the hunt for this gentleman who is responsible for this. Didn't even bother to render assistance. Public-spirited individuals had to uplift the gentleman and take him to the hospital. He's in a stable condition, but still, seriously? So many things happening that make you just want to not just raise one eyebrow, but for some reason or the other, raise both eyebrows. Like, my word. But public-spirited citizens, you hear about public-spirited citizens, just going especially in cases of accidents. A special good morning greeting is going out to all the public-spirited individuals who, when you see something going wrong on the outside, you're always willing to help. I don't feel y'all get enough attention, but good morning to you guys. Also, we have here, man punches policeman for serving summons on him. What is with the recent attack on the Guyana police force? What's going on? Is there something in the air? All right, we see here a car driver was recorded in a video punching a police officer to his face for serving him with a court summons. Police did not reveal when the incident occurred, but stated that the individual was charged for the offense and has been released on bail. The defendant, Herman Liverpool, 38, of Melanie Daminshana, East Coast Demerara, was charged at the Vigilance Magistrates Court on Monday by Senior Magistrate Fabio Azur. It is alleged that Liverpool assaulted the police officer, causing him actual bodily harm. He pleaded not guilty to the offense and was granted $50,000 bail. More details can be found on page 22 and 17 and 22 of today's Kaitro newspaper. But that is essentially what's going on there. The population is frustrated, man. Literally so frustrated. Man dies while heading to visit daughter in hospital. How did he die? Details can be found on page 14 here. Father's journey to visit his daughter, a maternity patient at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, ended abruptly on Monday after he collapsed and died at the Stabroek car park. The man, identified as Ernest Khan, 65, of Grassfield, Lusignan on the east coast of Demerara, dropped dead sometime after 1600 hours. Khan was at the time looking for a taxi in the vicinity of Lombard and Water Streets to transport him and his family, another daughter, Diana Khan, and his grandchild and son-in-law to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation. One eyewitness, a taxi driver, recalled the incident to Kaitro News, and you can find his recollection in today's Kaitro newspaper, but that is essentially what transpired. Moving on, we have here, bike bandits strike again. Another person shot and robbed at stoplight. Having read this article, I realized that this is the same article that we discussed yesterday with the car driver that was shot in the leg and had to abandon his car. And then the two bandits on motorcycles successfully escaped with 500,000 Guyana dollars. Okay? So once again, I reiterate, please be careful at these spotlights, especially, this happened in broad daylight, so I can't even say especially at night. Just be careful. Lock your car window and lock your car door and put your windows up. For the love of all that is good and pure, for the safety of yourself. Do what this information is for your guidance, okay? We are moving on. Vaccinated persons still need a negative COVID test to enter Guyana. Now, this is the article I wanted to focus on a little bit, but it's already 8 hours 13. Listen. So this article can be found on page 13 of today's Kaichor newspaper. And I also sourced some information from the CDC. They had recently updated their guidelines for how to behave on the outside once you have been fully vaccinated, because the vaccines are being most of the vaccines, I should correct myself by saying most of the vaccines are being dealt out in 2 doses, okay? So a person who received 1 dose of a vaccine that is meant to come in a pair, that is you're meant to get 2 doses of, is only considered halfway vaccinated. To be fully vaccinated, if the first vaccine that you took has to be taken twice, then you need to take the other vaccine to be considered fully vaccinated. But that is not what this article is talking about. The article is telling you about the fact that even if you have been fully vaccinated, you still need a negative PCR test to enter the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Let me tell you how we're going on here. Despite being fully immunized from the novel coronavirus disease, COVID-19, persons who wish to travel to Guyana still have to obtain a negative PCR test before they can enter the country. This was announced by the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, during his daily COVID-19 update on Monday, noting that there is still a small chance that vaccinated persons can contract the virus. Once again, I reiterate, the vaccine is not meant to prevent you from contracting or spreading COVID-19. It is meant to mitigate, and by mitigate I mean decrease, not eliminate, decrease, reduce. Words in that area, not eliminate and stop, not words in those areas. The vaccine is meant to decrease your chances of experiencing severe symptoms of COVID-19, and it's meant to decrease your chance of dying from COVID-19 related complications, okay? All right, so we're moving on. This was announced by the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony. Okay, he said, okay, open quote, yes, you still have to. Our protocol is that you must get a PCR test before you travel to Guyana. Being vaccinated, whether with the Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson vaccines or any other vaccine, there is still a risk that you can get infected. So in most cases, there is that small percentage, but there is a risk. And because we don't know who might have a milder form of the disease or get the risk of bringing in the infection, that is why we still require that people to get their PCR testing. Anthony explained in his update. The minister also highlighted that there is no travel restriction in place for an elderly person or persons with weakened immune systems, but added that an individual who fulfills the necessary travel requirements will be allowed to enter the country. Listen, if I had gotten, this is, should I, my personal opinions are my personal opinions. I ain't gonna give them out on air because, well, anyway, you can find more details on page 13 and page 23 respectively. Let's see what the CDC is saying though. The Center for Disease Control has recently issued, this article was updated just yesterday, I believe. Yes. So we have that the Centers for Disease Control said new guidelines, which is based on the latest science, includes recommendations for how and when a fully vaccinated individual can visit with other people who are also fully vaccinated and with other people who are not fully vaccinated. This guidance represents a first step towards returning to everyday activities in our communities. CDC will update these recommendations as more people are vaccinated, rates of COVID-19 in the community change, and additional scientific evidence becomes available. These are guidelines for how persons who are fully vaccinated by the this is what the recommendation by the CDC is. The CDC does not translate to Guyana laws, right? Okay, so here we have visit other people who are fully vaccinated can visit other people who are also fully vaccinated indoors without wearing a mask or without staying 6 feet apart. This is what the CDC said, not me, right? Listen, you can also visit with unvaccinated people from other household indoors without wearing masks or staying 6 feet apart if everyone in the other household is low risk for severe illness. And another guideline is that you can also refrain from quarantine and testing if they do not have symptoms of COVID-19 after contact with someone who has COVID-19. So the CDC is literally saying that you can refrain from quarantine and testing if you do not have any symptoms of COVID-19 and you are fully vaccinated. But the government of Guyana is saying that if you want to come, hey, you still got present a negative PCR test. So what we doing? Me really know. But all of this, it seems like regular conversation on the outside is just going to be dominated by COVID-19 semantics. All right, so you can find this article printed on cdc.gov. That's their website. And you can also find the article where vaccinated persons still need a negative COVID-19 test in today's Skytrue newspaper. We're moving on. Peacemaker stabbed while trying to resolve an argument. Government still unsure on design or number of power plants. This is in relation to the Gas to Shore project. And that concludes the news items on the front page of today's Skytrue newspaper. Finally, we take a look at what's on the front page of today's Guyana Chronicle. 38,000 additional doses of AstraZeneca vaccine for Guyana through COVAX. Exxon strikes oil at Uaru 2 well, estimated recoverable resource to surpass 9 billion barrels, at least 6 projects and 10 FPSOs to be active in Guyana's waters by 2027. And there's also a picture on the front page here that is captioned, the government through the National Drainage and Irrigation Authority is currently constructing a new $123 million sluice to alleviate flooding in Little Diamond area. At right is the old sluice and has outlived its usefulness. Also, this is what it looks like, just in case you want to get a gander of what's going on there. Yeah. Finally, we have here academics aside. Swasti Setu is a talented dancer and public speaker. And finally, $60,000 minimum wage for private sector eminent. Details can be found on page 8. This whole wage situation is just... It brings out the ugly side of me, so I don't want to get into it. Anyway, that concludes the news items on the front page of today's Guyana Chronicle. And here ends this segment of the news. I know we spoke for a whole, well, not we, me, spoke for a whole 20 minutes. Actually, considering I started talking since 8:01, I spoke for a whole 19 minutes. So it's just so many things happening that I want you guys to know about. I want you to be fully informed, and I want you to make informed decisions, and I want you to know how to operate and behave when you are speaking with other people, so that you can be, you can spread information that is reputable and information that is solid from reputable sources. Okay, so let's get to some musical selections now. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning. We should be up to date with recent events as of right now. And it's time for us to just, put the news aside and enjoy the quality of our morning with some good music. Yeah? What would we be? Where would we be? And what would we do without music? Oh, I hope we never have to find out.
It's DJ Jack.
People don't know ya, but they won't judge you. They talking about ya, must be something about you. Smile in your face and talking you bad and making up things that far from the facts. While you're talking and talking and talking about me, I'll be pressing on, doing my thing. I'm telling you, please don't judge me. God don't put you to watch me. He don't like ugly, so tell them keep their eyes off me. Off me. Keep on talking, you got ballet, 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 talking. Ballet, 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 keep on talking. You think it easy? They bad mind and envy. Take a walk in my shoes, then let me hear you. They playing saint and talking you bad, and talk go bring talk that far from the facts. While you talking and talking and talking about me, I'll be pressing on, doing my thing. I'm telling you, please touch me. He don't like me, so tell them keep their eyes on me. Off of me. Off me. Off of me, yeah. Off of me. Keep on talking. You clap ballet, 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 ballet. Hear him talking. You ballet, 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 ballet. Keep on talking, yeah. Can I say what I want to say? I wanna say what I want to say. Can I say what I want to say? I really wanna say it. At the back of your mind, you want to say this sometimes. Let me say what I want to say. I really wanna say it.
I know they really like angle me, angle me, angle bang. What a da 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 bang. Angle me, angle me, angle bang. Have a little money in my pocket 'cause I just got paid. I could do it a little more, but I'm still irate. So now I'm stepping out to a party. Trouble when I link up with my friends and family. Man, anywhere we go, we mash it up. We rip it up, we rip it up, we mash it up. Girl, them a fi bubble and them a fi back it up. Everybody see we and they say we act it up.
Baby, I could trip and dance with you all day. Cause you're the only one that could take my pain and hurt away.
Fill up my heart with meaning. I just have to say what I'm thinking. I honestly feel like a dreaming. Oh my darling, what I'm feeling. I shouldn't say too much and confuse it, but you just have to know you do it. A feeling so full, I must share it. So for those who are love and you want it, yeah. Whoop tele, whoop tele, whoop tele. Now say whoop tele, whoop tele, whoop tele, whoop tele, whoop tele. Baby, call the Uber, call the Uber now. I am coming to ya. Coming to ya now. Call the Uber, call the Uber now. I am coming to ya. Coming to ya now. Uber everywhere. Take the Uber everywhere. Uber everywhere. Take the Uber everywhere. Uber everywhere. Take the Uber everywhere. Uber everywhere. Take the taxi everywhere. Call me number. Tell me come over when you need a lover. To pull up the Kulona. What's your location? Send me that location. WhatsApp that location. Coming to your location. Call the Uber. Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya. Coming to ya now. Call the Uber. Call the Uber now. I am coming to ya.
Hey, you're tuning to Maad 97.
Oi, you're me wine and bend over. Yeah, this girl Denise Sassua Belfon. Vibes Ride with Cody Roughcut on 97.5 Mad FM. You're here. I love you, Guyana.
Hey, Babies! Are you tired of bad internet connections? Dealing with companies that just don't keep their promises? Want to watch Netflix uninterrupted? Then come on over to BRNet, the best internet service provider in Guyana. At BRNet, we provide the fastest and most stable internet connection. With us, you can stop worrying about studying or working at home, missing out on all your favorite shows, and catching the latest news or even being entertained by YouTube. With packages starting from as little as $5,000 for 5Gs to our unlimited $12,000 package. We have something to suit everyone's needs. So call us on 649-8218 or check out our website at brnet.gy if you want to get connected. Call quick because for a limited period, we're offering free installation. We're currently installing in the west and east coast of Berbice areas, so don't worry, we'll be in your area soon. BRNet, bringing you closer.
It's here! Igloo Ice Cream Fruit Bars. 4 mouth-watering flavors. Mango, pineapple, strawberry, and soursop. A beautiful combination of real fruit and Igloo ice cream. Go old school with Fluty Popsicle. Classic flavors and refreshing goodness. Available at Igloo outlets and all your favorite shops.
Broadcasting around the world, this is your favorite Maad 97 FM, the music you love right here, right now.
Time check for you guys, 8 hours 32 on a beautiful Wednesday morning. It's getting kind of cloudy on the outside. Yes, I think so. I do hope that you are enjoying the weather. You're staying safe on the outside. You've got your sunscreen, you've got your bottles of water, you've got your umbrella, you've got your face masks. Heaven forbid you forget that. All right, so we're going to take a look now at the word for today, and it's herald. Herald. Y'all remember the song, Hark the Herald Angels Sing Glory to the Newborn King? Listen, when I was growing up, I thought this song was saying Hark the Herald Angel, because I thought Harold was his name. But no, it's not so. The word herald is spelled H-E-R-A-L-D. H-E-R-A-L-D. And it's a verb, and it means to give notice of. So literally what the song was saying, Hark the angel, the announcing angel was saying glory to the newborn king. Yeah, he's born. Let's all be happy. So that's what herald means, to give notice of or to announce, yeah? It also means to greet, especially with enthusiasm, or to hail. It means to publicize, and it finally means to signal the approach of or foreshadow. Those are all the definitions of the word of the day, herald. It's a verb, And it means to give notice of or to announce, to greet, especially with enthusiasm, or to hail, to publicize, to signal the approach of, or to foreshadow. So here's where it gets interesting. While herald, the verb, which is the action word, is more common today, herald, the noun, which is a naming word, is much older. When the word was first used in the early 14th century, it referred to an official at a tournament, one of those nightly sporting events the Middle Ages are famous for. And the herald's duties included making announcements, hence the word's uses relating to announcements, literal and metaphorical. The word is ultimately Germanic in origin. So who say y'all know German? Coming from the long-lost word, which can be translated to one directing or having authority over a body of armed men. Though like so many words of 14th century vintage, it came to English by way of Anglo-French. And there you go. That's the history for the word of the day. Your Did You Know fact based on the word of the day, herald. Sending good morning greetings to Loretta Hines. Hi, Loretta. How are you doing? Good morning to Hilton Sue and to Lancelot Chin. I trust that you're going to have a blessed day as well. Now, Ryan, good morning to you once again and to all of our friends joining us on Facebook. Mandessa Bocher, good morning to you. How are you? Thank you so much for tuning in. Sending good morning greetings to Mr. Jarek. Mr. Jarek is asking a valid question. I don't think anybody ever care about the people, you know. People only care about the people when they can benefit from the people. Human beings are inherently so selfish, all of us included, me and myself included, but at least I'm willing to admit that. I'm not willing to exploit the population to fill my pocket. So I guess that's the difference between individuals and governments. Sending good morning greetings to Miss Margaret and good morning to all of our friends joining us over here on Facebook. It's Devilus, good morning to you, and to Gitanjali Prasad. We are well, thank you so much for asking. How are you doing today? Terry Krishundial, good morning to you, and good morning to Uncle Alan, who is apparently offering up a free lunch of burger and chips. Molly, you interested? You don't like burger? Why is that? How? Why? What is it with burger that you were like? First of all, listen, is now you trying to convince me to drive all the way to Tushen to find burger from this place? Listen, oh, I see. I got you. Selector Malo the other day tried to convince me to drive all the way from Georgetown to Vreeden Hoop for burger and fries. And you gonna sit right there and tell me that you don't like burgers. I can't stand you. All right, let's get to some musical selections right now. Turn your radios up and enjoy.
Cruising, lazy vibes, vacation time, Caribbean vibes, vacation, staycation, island vibes. The sun's out. Cruising. Not a care in the world right now, just cruising. Operating on Caribbean time, I'm moving slow. Yeah, the sun's on my face and the breeze so soothing. Good vibes, off to the beach we go. Friends and family, come along, let's go. Come on, put a couple drinks in the cooler, come, let's go. Roll one night, one bloody smoke to me now. As the breeze blows, this is the life. To the beach, right now we going to the beach. To the beach, right now we going to the beach.
Baby, I miss you, and I want you to come back home. I can't take the distance. I'm tired of being alone. Long time I don't get a little hug. Long time I don't get a little kiss. Long time I don't. You put me in the mood. Only you alone can touch me, baby, and make me feel so good. It's you alone I want, baby. Whenever I'm in the mood.
First thing I do as I rise up is count my blessings. First thing you should do as you rise up is count your blessings. Cause every new day under the sky is a blessing. And you're surely blessed if you have life, ain't no guessing. Yo, I want you hear me like the radio. Want you see what I'm saying like a video. Understand me clearer than stereo. Life hard but try don't make nothing trouble you. Morning neighbor, voice the dealio. Hope you have a good day
frequency, vibrating on a high energy. Yeah.
Careful.
Alright. Yeah.
When the forecast says nothing but clear skies and good mood, blessings from all around. And that's all we see in the forecast for today.
First thing I do as I rise up is count my blessings. First thing I should do as you rise up is count your blessings. Cause every new day under the sky is a blessing. And you're surely blessed if you have life, ain't no guessing. Yo, I want you hear me like the radio. Want you see what I'm saying like a video. Understand me clearer than stereo. Life hard but try don't make nothing trouble you. Morning neighbor, voice the dealio. Hope you have a good day and everything is okay. No matter what happen, we not give it up. Plus life too short, so let we live it up. It's all about the high life. We vibrating on a high frequency, vibrating on a high energy. Yeah, we coming to your life with a bag of good vibes. Everything is alright. We vibrating on a high.
If I wanna rule my destiny, woman, I need you next to me. To erase my fantasy, girl, you know you conquer me. In a real life, in a me dream, my mind and subconsciously. Can't believe this love for free. I would not give you all my money. Bright star, never late, never too far. Shine in your love when it's so dark. When it's so dark. Bright star, never late, never too far. Shine in your love when it's so dark. Bad weather can't change you, nah. Imagine a love like mine with an angel. Just a little time with an angel. Waited all of my life for an angel. All of my life for an angel. And you send
all of my property, all of my money, oh. It not mean anything if I don't have you. Cause you are my everything, and I'm gonna do anything. Go put that on everything, oh, for you. If I give you all my love, and would you treasure? Would you cherish it and never let me go? Cause you're not gonna find someone to love you better, oh. If I want him there for certain, I want you. Make I go love you, Jaja. Make I go love you, tender. Make I go love you, Jaja. Make I go love you, tender, oh. My love the eternally. I love you for eternity. Oh, my love the eternally. I love you for eternity.
Baby, me ready. Been too long, I'm ready to vibe. Tell me, you ready? Tell me trouble, where have you been all this time? I'm ready to wine. All this time, I'm ready to get on by. All the days I waited for ya. Look how long I looking for ya. Mama used to say, if you're looking for trouble, trouble go find ya. Hey yo, trouble in the place, go bring your man in the party. When soca start to play like, hey yo, fire in my waist, boy, pour some rum on my body. Come and get that taste.
I call and she bluff, she says she don't do this. And she have a friend only giving she 2 cents. You know your body thing, girl, watch ya. So why you making it so hard for? I love when you take it off, yeah. My girl are the tools, you know. Like a breeze, I cool in your dung. I pray how you bend to the ground. Yeah, you roll your body, you know. Watch that bumper sit on there. Hands up high, you're surrounded. I want to come and show you a little something. You walk like you wanna run away. Turn around, yeah, you got it. I love how you bounce it. 10 is marks on the paper. Sit down, my girl. Sit down, my girl. Sit down, my girl, yeah. Sit down, my baby. Darling, honey, come save the last dance for me. Darling,
it right there, girl, hold that. Give it to me, don't hold back. Roll that, roll that. Send all the woman friend for me. You know I like woman company. Bend your back and line it up for me. So let me see, let me see.
Tell her where you walk up your waist now. Tell her where you walk up your waist now. Tell her where you walk up your waist now. Tell her where you walk up your waist now. Say don't start it now. Say don't start it now. Tell her where you walk up your waist now. Tell her where you walk up your waist now. Say why some gal them a watch you? Why some gal them a chat you? You don't even know what she mad about. You don't even know this gal what she want to talk about you. And it's like she can't understand. If you wake up that's in the morning, tell she about to take what she want.
I want you put a kiss on me right there, wherever you want, baby. Wherever you want, baby. Wherever you want. Won't you put a kiss on me right there, wherever you want, baby. Wherever you want, baby. Wherever you want. I like kisses and
Hey, we don't touch no feelings. We don't touch no feelings. We don't touch no feelings. Why you touching, touching?
We don't talk no feelings. We don't talk no feelings. We don't talk no feelings. Yeah, yeah. Why you totin', totin'? Well, mama used to say, let them say what they have to say. Let them do what they have to do. 'Cause they're gonna hate you anyway. So
Mind your own business, business. Your funky business, business. I'm there with the family, and we don't care what people say. We don't touch no feelings. We don't touch no feelings. We don't touch no feelings. Why you touching, touching? We don't touch.
I didn't expect it like this. I catching feelings. I catching feelings. I didn't expect it like this. I catching feelings. I catching feelings. You got me wanting more. All I do, all I do. When you touch me so, all I do, all I do. You set me on fire. Put me in a mood, darling. I'll sing like a choir. How's it feeling good? You don't ever wrong up the thing, na na na. You know what you're doing down there. I love how you touch up the thing, na na na. You know what you're doing down there. And I never thought I'd get hooked. Your wine capture me like a crook. Look at you, how you have me catching feelings. Oh, I didn't expect it like this. I catching feelings. I catching.
And she ball up, hey up, hey up. Give me a lot that I rate you. Sing it out, hey up, hey up. Lord, you bad, you bad, you bad. She sing it out, hey up, hey up. When you push it back, I rate you. Sing it out, hey up, hey up. Lord, you bad. She whining, she love the way how I whine and roll her waist. I know she whine every time I come from behind. I could go whole day. I'm telling you, she never expect I was a whiner. God bless me with style and stamina. Make she ball, oh, Lord. 'Cause I kiss she the ooh, I kiss she the ah. I put her she nice, like she's a cassava. She want me to prove that I is a champion, so I come out to prove that I is a champion. She went down lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. So I follow her lower and lower. The lower she go when she fight to the one to
See, I was holding on. See, I was holding strong. See, I was holding on for better day. See, I was holding on. See, I was going strong. See, I was holding on for better day.
She had the thing I love. How she from I don't know. Rock she waist and go low. Pick up the place like a dojo. So what you say, what you say, what you say? Pretty girl, when you come my way. What you do, what you do, what you do? I must get through. Girl, roll up now, you show me that wine. Turn around, girl, don't be shy. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah. So girl, I love how the way you blow my mind. Hold me tight and bring down wine. Hello, 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 hello. Lord, hey. Are you ready? Are you ready
them you will see me now. You see me now. You see me now. Envious people, I beg you please. When you see me, don't see me now. Don't see me now. Don't see me now. Don't see me now. Talk the things them boys say. They say talk the things. It's like them and want see my people win. I say jealousy and grudges a sin. Talk the things them boys say. They say talk the things. Some of them just want easy living, not success reach them watching your things. So you want show about? They can't talk to me. Guardian angels watch over me. Every morning I kneel down and pray for my family. Look, I say you want show about? No bad company could take away what you give to me. When I see negative energy, I go the next way. Now bad mind, I don't know. Send you, but tell them you will see me now. You see me now. You see me now. Envious people, I beg you please. When you see me, don't see me now. Don't see me now. Don't see me now. Don't see me now. Don't take it personal. It's just a one night job. Don't make it personal. I hope you understand. Don't take it personal. It's just a one night job. Just get to work, girl. Don't make it personal. Yeah. Personally, don't take it too personally. They used to laugh at me personally. Now look at me. Them couldn't see my struggle. Them couldn't feel my pain. Them wasn't there when my heart did fight with my brain at night and again. Because I come from a housing scheme with a big dream, and a meal was always a million miles away. I couldn't have one every day. And every time that I feel into quit and just give it up, I used to go on my knees and beg and start to pray. Now it's safe to say, me not gonna make them kill me. I gonna dance in the face like that. I'm whining my waist like that. See me not gonna make them kill me.
Mad 97.5 is we on.
Bono, I may say them all can represent for Mad 97. If you not listen Mad 97, you not listen nothing. Hear that? Them all can say that.
Mad 97.5.
Swansea Industrial Associates, leaders in the telecommunications sector for over 20 years and authorized distributors of Panasonic, Garmin, ICOM, and Inmarsat communication equipment. We offer the best service with the highest quality products, such as Iridium and Inmarsat satellite phones, SIM cards, and airtime. We also design and install PBX systems, VHF and HF radio networks. Swansea Industrial Associates, the authority in communication equipment.
Increase your earning potential by placing your ad on Mad 97.5 FM. Grab the attention of our listeners and viewers across multiple platforms. Traditional radio frequency covering Georgetown, Linden, Berbice, and Essequibo. We are a visual radio station streaming on popular platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and major radio streaming apps. Call us on 501-2489 or 501-2490, extension 106, and let's get started on that package. Visit us at 166 Waterloo Street, North Cummings-Burg, Georgetown, or email us at sales@mad97.5.com. Got a product? We have the audience. Mad 97.5 FM is we own.
There are salons, and then there's Kevin's Reflections. Have a glass of wine or sip some tea on the house. Our patient and competent staff will take care of your skin, nails, and hair of any type or texture. Try our massage table after a long day and ask about our natural hair club. Book early by appointment only. Kevin's Reflections, We Care Hair. Contact telephone numbers 621-0660 or 227-7450.
No, you wanna go there. I see it, step right and come.
So, are you a budding artist or written countless songs? Not sure where to get your songs recorded? Well, head on over to Brutal Tracks Recording Studio at 166 Waterloo Street, North Cummings-Burg. Sit with our talented staff as they help you with the entire production process, from songwriting to mastering. Using only the best equipment, we are able to mold your dreams into reality. Brutal Tracks Recording Studio. Live the music.
Mad 97.5 FM in a class by itself. Mr. Easy. She drive me crazy. On and on. We're rocking the night away. We're gonna celebrate. having some fun tonight. Mad move, Mr. Easy keeping it breezy.
Mr. Easy keeping it breezy and representing Maad 97.5 FM. It is now 8 hours 54, well, 55 on the clock. We're well into your morning hours on a beautiful Wednesday. I do hope that it's going well for you on the outside. You're enjoying the weather, you're enjoying the music, and of course, you're just, taking it easy. You're not rushing things today, yeah? Okay, so your Guyanese proverb for today is taken from browngirlmagazine.com, and it reads, y'all know this one. Everybody grew up listening to this one. After laugh is cry. It simply means after happiness comes sadness. And that is not necessarily a bad thing, is it? Because if it's a cycle, then after laugh is cry and after happiness is sadness. But then happiness comes back around and so it goes. The cycle never ends until, we're put in the ground. But such is life. You can learn equal things from happiness as you can from sadness if you just consider them separate things and not one better than the other. Right? It's just all a part of the cycle, the circle of life. After laugh is cry simply means after happiness comes sadness. It's not a matter of killing the happiness. It's just, everything, every emotion has its time. Every dog get a day. Same thing goes for happiness and sadness. Same thing goes for emotions. Yeah. So that's your Guyanese proverb for today, taking us up to 8 hours 56. Sending good morning greetings to some folks joining us here on Facebook. Miller Sharon, good morning to you, my dear. I trust that you're going to have a safe and productive day as well. Good morning to Alistair Phillips. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in. Sending good morning greetings to Tanya Helliger. Hi, Tanya. How are you doing today? I trust all is well and you are staying safe. Good morning to, I see somebody, there's a discussion, there's a heated debate going on right now about burgers and fries and whether or not I'm a big eater. Is that a question that you guys have, whether or not I'm a big eater? It depends on my emotional disposition. Like if I'm super in a good mood, I won't eat a lot. It'll just be, I can't tell you my eating habits because you're gonna think I'm rather unhealthy and I'm just hanging on by a single straw right now, clutching for dear life. I won't divulge my eating habits to you guys for fear of judgment. I know y'all judgmental. Anyway, let's head into a couple minutes of music. Lancelot Chin, good morning to you. It's nice. Why don't you have a profile picture up? I mean, I have a whole vampire for my profile. I feel like, listen, when people come up on my Facebook page trying to see who Veronica is, that picture is literally meant to discourage you from adding me as a friend because I don't want people on my Facebook page. I don't want to be, because I like to mind business, Selector Malo. My Facebook page is not for people mind my business. My Facebook page is for me for mind people business. You understand? Okay. That's why I don't have a Facebook picture up. It's not for business. Listen. I'm a lover of all things aesthetically pleasing and art and stuff. And because we don't have the Metropolitan Museum of Art in Guyana, nor do we have the Louvre in Guyana, I have to find a source on which I can look at pretty things. So most of the thing I usually have. LOL. Look at that compliment. Can you see the blood rushing to my cheeks? No, the thing is, I follow a lot of pages on Facebook, right? They're more for art. That's the only outlet that I have. That's my only source of art, unless I decide to book a ticket and go to France or Paris or the US just so I could be surrounded by art. But I like to be surrounded by art. And one of the ways in which I can be surrounded by art is from my Facebook page. It's not meant for y'all know about me. So y'all don't add me on Facebook. There's all. That's it. That's all. Very, very much so. Anyway, let's get into some 2 minutes of good music. Turn your radios up and enjoy the tunes.
I wanna up on a yardie. Watch me dancing on you. Music
Maad 97, broadcasting live from Georgetown, Guyana in the highest quality. Providing our listeners with the latest in world and Caribbean music, local culture, news, and top personalities. Maad 97 is We Own. We Own.
Maad is exciting, bouncy, beautiful. And that's the name of the station. Maad 97.5 is We Own.
I'm hurting, baby. I'm broken down. I need your loving, I need it now. When I'm without you, I'm something weak. You got me, baby.
it back on it, bring it back on it. Give me the thing, become a waffle lock on it. Wine it, wiggle it, set the track on it. 2 more shots, now we in a hot panic. 2 girl and I'm ready for jump on it. True to my word, I'm ready for thump on it. Ready for run on it, ready for dunk on it. Tag team in fire truck, we pump on it. Hands up high, we burning up the sky. We got the dance all crazy, got the club on fire. I like the way you dance, you got me in a trance. My baby, she don't mind at all. Girl, I got you so high, and I know you like. So come on, push it on me, if it feels alright. Wanna drop it low and bring me up. No, she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind. She doesn't mind. Girl, I got you so high, and I know you like. So come on, push it on me, if it feels alright. Wanna drop it low and bring me up. No, she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind. She doesn't mind. Girl, I got you so. Wine it for wine it, girl. Same time I time, she a time it, girl. Same time I line me, I line it up for co-sign it. Prime me, I prime it, girl. This ain't a crime, I'm a climate, girl. Set the temperature, the climate, girl. Check the rhyme on me, I rhyme it. She combine it, this up for a private world. Hands up high, we burning up the sky. We got the dance all crazy, got the club on fire. I like the way you dance, you got me in a trance. My baby, she don't mind at all. Girl, I got you so high, and I know you like. So come on, push it on me, if it feels alright. Wanna drop it low and bring me up. No, she doesn't mind. She doesn't mind. She doesn't mind.
And I think that I drank too much and it's Sunday morning. You lay back like nothing in your head is popping. It's too late, so let's stay in bed and talk about nothing. It's like paradise with you. Hold me close. La 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 la. Let's stay home. La 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 la. I'm never leaving. Why would I believe that I have to go? Hold me close. Hold me close. Doorbell and my flight sings. La 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 la. Wonder who could that be?
All right, we interrupt the good music to bring to you some regional and international news. However, before we get to that, let me send good morning greetings to Shalomi Daniels Downer. How are you doing today? Good morning to you. And thank you so much for tuning in. Good morning to Mr. Giosvani. That's actually buenos dias to Mr. Giosvani. It's the only Spanish. Anyway, let's not get into that. We're going to take a look now at the regional and international news. Earlier on this morning, we mentioned a headline that read, former Barbados minister jailed in the United States for laundering bribes. A former Minister of Industry and elected Member of Parliament of Barbados was sentenced yesterday to 2 years in prison for his role in a scheme to launder bribe payments from a Barbadian insurance company through bank accounts in New York, according to a release from the U.S. Department of Justice. Donville Innes, 55, a U.S. lawful permanent resident who resided in Tampa, Florida, and Barbados, was convicted by a federal jury in 2 counts of money laundering and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering on January 16, 2020. According to the evidence presented at trial, in 2015 and 2016, Innes participated in a scheme to launder into the United States approximately $36,000 US in bribes that he had received from high-level executives of the Insurance Corporation of Barbados Limited, abbreviated ICBL. The release said that in exchange for the bribes, Innes leveraged his position as the Minister of Industry to enable ICBL to obtain 2 insurance contracts from Barbados government to insure over $100 million US worth of government property. To conceal the bribes, the release said that Innis arranged to receive them through a U.S. bank account in the name of his friend's dental company, which had an address in Elmont, New York. You know, at one point in time, I used to think that, what are you going to do with all this money? I no longer have that question, but at one point in time, I was innocent and I didn't really think that, you know, people wanted more money than they could spend. Clearly, I was wrong. Another major cache of weapons found at a warehouse in central Trinidad. Okay, so we read here, days after a large cache of guns and ammunition was found at the Bond in Payarco International Airport, police officers in an intelligence-led operation have uncovered another large cache of guns and ammunition in a warehouse in central Trinidad. The find was made on Sunday night. According to a police report, at about 9 p.m., intelligence was received by the Special Investigations Unit, SIU, concerning a package or cargo containing household appliances, a washer and a dryer, which had been imported into Trinidad, along with alleged identity of the consignee. The information suggested that this shipment was housed at Medway Limited, a customs warehouse situated off the southern main road in McBean, Couva, and that the items had entered the country sometime around the end of February. And that concludes regional news. Now we take a look at international news. Stay abreast with international events. Guatemalan civil society warns the U.S. that forced migration will not stop until impunity is rooted out. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris promised U.S. support to tackle issues such as corruption in meetings with Guatemalan civil society leaders yesterday as the United States seeks to stop an increasing number of migrants fleeing the region. I'm quoting now, I'd love to get your thoughts on policies and in particular which U.S. policies have had not worked in the past, Harris said in a virtual meeting. Anyway, you can find more details printed in today's Starbrook newspaper. We have more world news on page 21 of today's Starbrook newspaper, which I will get to you right now. We have here, lawyers say a black man was killed by North Carolina police and he was hit in the head with a kill shot. Alarming news article here. It's taken from Reuters, and it reads, lawyers of a family of a black man who was gunned down by sheriff's deputies last week in North Carolina said that a private autopsy showed that he died from a, open quote, kill shot, end quote, to the back of his head, and the FBI yesterday opened a civil rights probe of the shooting. Andrew Brown Jr., aged 42, was struck by 4 bullets to his right arm before the fatal shot penetrated the rear of his skull as he tried to drive away, attorneys for his relatives told a news conference in Elizabeth City, a riverfront community near the Virginian border, where last Wednesday's shooting took place. The county sheriff, Tommy Wooten, said in a videotaped statement last week that his deputies were trying to serve Brown with search and arrest warrants stemming from a felony drug charge and that the incident was over in fewer than 30 seconds. In the video, Chief Deputy Daniel Fogg described Brown as a convicted felon whose history of resisting arrest posed what he called a high risk of danger to deputies confronting him. Wooten had urged the public to avoid a rush to judgment while the case is under review by the State Bureau of Investigation, which opened an inquiry at the sheriff's request. And that's that news item in its entirety. Virtual medical supplies reach India as COVID deaths near 200,000. What is happening in India is just, it's so heartbreaking to when you read the stories and then you see the pictures of bodies just being wrapped up in white cloth and just thrown into the ground like that. It's a sad state of affairs. Worldwide, but India currently has the second highest infection and death rate. Vital medical supplies began to reach India yesterday as hospitals starved of life-saving oxygen and beds turned away coronavirus patients, and a surge in infections pushed the death toll close to 200,000. A shipment from Britain, including 100 ventilators and 95 oxygen concentrators, arrived in the capital, New Delhi, though a spokesman for Prime Minister Boris Johnson and Britain had no surplus COVID-19 vaccine doses to spare, which is alarming to me because India is actually producing their own vaccine. But then the other day we learned that they were exporting their vaccine. So why are they not well, I don't know the semantics clearly. I just have questions as a person who is reading this particular news article. Okay. France is sending 8 large oxygen generating plants this week, while Ireland, Germany, and Australia are dispatching oxygen concentrators and ventilators, an Indian Foreign Ministry officials said, underlying the crucial need for oxygen. And finally, in international news, we have here Mexico's electoral body blocks ruling party candidates in election over spending report. And there you go. That concludes regional and international news, taking us up to 9 hours 16. Before we go, I have some information to share with you from my favorite online magazine. It's called Newsette. If at any point in time you feel like you want an online magazine to subscribe to, feel free to do this one. Nice. Okay, so this particular article is focusing on the reintegration of people back into society because, people lockdown measures are being lifted in some places slowly but surely. We're going to have to go back out there and deal with people. And studies have shown that it might be a little bit awkward. So listen up. Great TV, really tough thing to feel right now. But as COVID restrictions ease, many of us are wondering, do I still know how to talk to people? Well, I know how to talk into a microphone. I don't know. I can't tell, aside from the people that I interact with at work and at home, I can't tell who I interact with like on a daily basis. Experts say that this is called re-entry anxiety, which is basically a fear of leaving your pandemic cocoon that protected us from the virus and other external issues, also known as the guy who thinks his pickup line is as charming as he thinks it is, but it's not. But much like Serena after breaking up with Dan, y'all know this one, right, from Gossip Girl. We've got to get back out there. So therapists like Vicky Norris recommend taking baby steps and communicating your social needs before launching a full welcome back tour. And if you venture into the great unknown, which is basically past your doorstep, and you think, wait, what's a conversation again? Essentially, be kind to yourself. Social interaction is its own language, which means, like piano, practice is key. So if at any point in time you find that, you're kind of lacking in the social interaction department, you don't know what to do, you don't know what to say, you just be kind to yourself and you're going to learn how to reintegrate yourself back into society. Although, in Guyana, we were not really as heavily affected as the rest of the world in regards to the lockdown because initially we had a 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. curfew, right? Yeah. And then we had, right now, still, we have the 10:30 p.m. to 4 a.m. curfew. So we were still interacting a little bit with each other. Yeah, social distanced and all that. But do we know how to interact with each other not socially distanced and without masks? Like, I notice now that if I watch a TV show and the people in the TV show are not wearing masks and standing close together, my brain is already sending an alarm. Like, what y'all doing? I mean, it's a TV show, but I'm still questioning what y'all doing. How y'all standing so close to each other? Why are you touching your eyes, nose, and your mouth? Anyway, let's get into some musical selections right now. Before we do that, though, let me send good morning greetings to Mr. Mohammed. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for always joining me on the Morning Showcase. Okay, so we're going to be reintegrating ourselves back into society and relearning how to talk with other people and be respectful and just, how to still interact with other people without being a social pariah. It's not our fault that we became social pariah. Pandemic came, literally said you can't go outside. So we were forced to become social pariahs, and soon we're going to learn how to reintegrate ourselves back into society. Yes? What do you think about that? No? Yeah? Okay. Sending good morning greetings to Uncle Alan. I don't understand what's going on in the comments section, but thanks for tuning in. And let's get to the musical selections now. 9 hours 20 on the clock. There's so many more things that I have to chat with you guys about, but I want to have equal parts chat and equal parts music. So stay tuned in for more discussions. It's not really a discussion if I'm the only one talking, but
till nobody knows. I might put a flexion on it like a rose. I might tell him, girl, you forgot that she knows. And you know the tech for us, you know how I get to that when I turn it on. Can't handle my behavior when I turn it on. Too fast to last, the lights don't last, don't do it all.
Roller skates and lines, hot sun and clear blue skies. The waves were crashing by. And when she passed me by and gave a wink and smile, and I was on cloud nine, love. The way you move your hips and lick your lips, the way you dip, you got me up so high. And girl, you got that body with them curls like a Bugatti. I just wanna drive, oh. And girl, you know, round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Round and round your love, it winds me up like a hula hula hoop, hula hula hoop, oh. Gravity define, I can't believe my eyes. That thing can bring the tides. Hey, around and round clockwise, like a merry-go-ride. I wanna go all night, yeah. The way you move your hips and lick your lips, the way you dip, you got me up so high, yeah. And girl, you got that body with them curls like a Bugatti. I just wanna drive, oh.
I wanna start this out and say, I gotta get it off my chest. Got no anger, got no malice, just a little bit of regret. No, nobody else will tell you, so there's some things I gotta say. Gonna jot it down and then get it out, and then I'll be on my way. No, you're not half the man you think that you are, and you can't fill the hole inside of you with money, drugs, and cars. I'm so glad I never ever had a baby with you, 'cause you can't love nothing unless there's something in it for you. Oh, I feel so sorry, I feel so sad. I tried to help you, it just ain't you made yet. And I had no warning about who you are. I'm just glad I made it out without breaking down, and then ran so far that you would never ever touch me again. Won't see you out and get a chance, 'cause no, I've had enough of this. I'm gonna start this out by saying I really meant well from the start. Take a broken man right in my hands and then put back all his parts. But you're not half the man you think that you are, and you can't fill the hole inside of you with money, girls, and cars.
Walked in my life at 2 a.m. 'cause my boy's new girl is your best friend. Act like you don't see me, we'll play pretend. Your eyes already told me what you never said. Now we're in the backseat of the black car going home, when she asked me, is it wrong if I come up with you? We're both drunk on the elevator when I kiss you for the first time in New York City. I swear to God, I never fall in love. Then you showed up and I can't get enough of it. I swear to God, I never fall in love. I never fall in love, but I can't get enough of it.
First off, I'm not sorry. I won't apologize to nobody. You play like I'm invisible. Girl, don't act like you ain't saw me. Last year was a mess and how I acted was beyond me. But the past still revolves me. You text me, I ain't responding. But now done change. Go our separate ways.
It's been 24 hours, I need more hours with you. We spent the weekend getting even. Ooh. We spent the late
chance making things right between us. But now it's all good, babe. Roll that backward, babe, and play me close. Cause girls like you run around with guys like me till sundown. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Girls like you love fun and yeah, me do what I want. When I come through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah.
9:27 on the clock, and joining me in studio this morning is the lovely Lisa Hamilton. Good morning to you, Lisa.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Veronica.
All right, so Lisa is the proprietor of a business called Reminiscence Bio, and she's here to tell us all about what it is, what it does, how you can benefit, why there is a need for this particular business here in Guyana. So the floor is all yours. Tell us all about Reminiscence Bio.
Okay, Veronica, once again, thank you for having me this
It's a
morning.
pleasure.
I'm here to tell our viewers a little bit about Reminiscence Bio. And this is primarily because we will be launching tomorrow, that's Thursday at 5 p.m. on our Facebook page.
Yes.
But before I get into that, let me tell you what we're about. Reminiscence Bio is a biography business focused on memorializing the life stories of the ordinary and extraordinary people around us. So now let me break that down in layman's terms. You know, a lot of persons come and they die, a lot of important persons.
Guyanese.
And also maybe your family members, your grandmother, grandfather, or your father, your mother. And they don't leave behind a legacy in the sense where persons know them.
What they
And when I
did.
say know them, I mean know them. When you're gone, there's so many persons that can tell you about who Veronica was or who Lisa was, but the only person that truly knows you is you. So what Reminiscence Bio focuses on is seeking out persons who are interested in our services to tell their life story in the form of a print biography or print and video biography. So it's not just a little write-up, Veronica went to this high school and she got these awards.
Yeah.
It's in detail, getting your life, you know, what was it like when you were a girl? Well, how was it growing up for you? What were some of the challenges? What were your parents like? What was your first job? And you move all the way up from, you know, childhood to present, and you put that in a lovely book format with pictures. You know, lots of folks have pictures in their albums and so on. We allow this in the book, and persons can get the service based on whether you want the basic package, standard package, or premium package. So Veronica, you can interject at any time if you have any questions.
Tell us about these packages.
Okay. Well, the standard package is the basic package. Sorry, it offers just a typography cover.
Okay.
So you get the interview, that's a given. You get the typography book cover, that's with just the words. You know, there's some books with just the words and a nice illustration or design. You get 50 pages maximum, 15 pictures internally, yearly updates for a fee. Unlimited, and for all the books there's an unlimited ability to purchase on Amazon or locally. So say we do the biography on your mom, Veronica, and she lives in Guyana, yes, and her sisters or her brothers and so on in the States want to purchase, they can on Amazon.com or anywhere in the world. The standard package, it's different from the basic, whereby you get a professional book cover shoot. So professional photographer comes, you either go in the studio or anywhere you'd like. You get 90 pages maximum. You get 20 pictures internally. The first update is free. The first yearly update is free. And let me tell you a bit about the update. You know that a person might do a biography when they're, let's say, 65. And by the time they're 66, there's more that happened in their life. They want to update that. We offer that service as well. So you can keep updating until you no longer want to update. And with the standard package, you also get 10% off for 2 family members. So what that means is that if a brother or a sister, they both want a package, they get 10% off, both of them on their package, or 2 cousins or anything, any sort of relative. And they get 1 free book copy, unlimited ability to purchase on Amazon and locally. And the premium package, let me just tell you a bit about what's different in that. You get 120 pages maximum. You have both an audio interview as well as a video interview.
Okay.
And you know that video interview is put into a summary of your biography. You also get 10% off and all the other aspects that would have been mentioned before.
So this is fairly new to me. This is a brand new idea, or is this something that you learned from somewhere else, or did you just give birth to this idea? Because I've never heard of anything like this, and especially in Guyana, I completely see the need for this because there's so many people who have stories to tell, who have done things and who have been through things, and it's just their immediate people around them that know about their amazing stories and their struggles. But it's so nice that you have this now ability to immortalize a person's story and capture it in this particular sense. So where did this whole idea came from?
Well, I'm a person who likes to I don't give my brain any rest. The tabs are always open. So this is just one of several ideas that I've had, but I found that this was the most feasible, and this was one of the ideas that I felt I had to do, not just for myself, but as I mentioned, for all the other folks to whom it could be valuable too. So yes, I had the idea and I was working on it for a few months, and then I got involved in the ITPADG Investathon competition. And that competition, which I won, that was
I read about that. Congratulations, by the way.
Much. That would have propelled me into the spotlight and, sort of forced me to launch much earlier. So I'm definitely, as I mentioned, launching on Thursday.
Tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. If persons are interested in seeing our launch, we have speakers remarks coming from persons such as Miss Lindell Dancy Black. She is the co-founder of the Women's Chambers of Commerce and Industry in Guyana. We also have remarks from Mr. Saiku Andrews. Everybody knows him as a gospel artist and a businessman. We have remarks from Mr. Tariq Braffett. And we also have remarks from representative of ITPADG, Mr. Matthew Gall. So, and remarks from myself as well. And we've also been running a competition, a People's Choice competition for persons to submit videos, nominees for persons to win a free biography package. So the winner will be also announced at our launch.
So this is a virtual launch, yes?
It's a virtual launch.
So
very
is it
COVID.
Very COVID. Yeah, everything is being done virtually. Lord knows if they could cure cancer virtually, they probably might do that too. So how do persons know where to find this virtual event? Your websites?
On our Facebook page, you can simply type in Reminiscence Bio. That's
Reminiscence. Yeah, I had help. We would spell it.
SCENCE Bio, Reminiscence Bio on Facebook. And for persons seeking a more detailed understanding of what we're all about, I will advise them to visit our website. Same thing, REMINISCENC, reminiscencebio.com. They can find out about our payment plans, about our additional services such as we cater for group biographies. So if our package is too expensive for you and you say, hey, me and my two other sisters want to go into one biography, or two brothers, they can share the same book but for the same price. So it's cheaper. And, we offer editing services, business history. We know that there are a lot of businesses in Guyana doing very well, or they would have been doing very well, but they haven't recorded their history, started from the bottom, now we're
here.
Exactly. So we also put that in the format of a book and some other services. So I can guarantee you that any question that you have, it will be answered on the website. And if you don't see it directly there, you can check the frequently asked questions. There's a tab for that.
There's a tab for that.
Yes.
So the website once again is
reminiscencebio.com.
Reminiscencebio.com. So please feel free to check out this website and learn more about Reminiscence Bio, a completely fresh idea about immortalizing the lives, not just immortalizing, but gradually updating the lives of the ordinary person as well as the person who is, who already has their story out there. So I think, first of all, I must compliment you on this initiative. I think this is so fresh, and that's what I love about the fact that it's so fresh. So usually people wait until the person has died or has already passed on to tell their story, and it's not told from the first person's perspective. It's told from the people who knew you. So you're giving the people a chance now. I know what I've been through, and I'd like other people to know what I've been through as well. So now you have the platform. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me, Veronica.
It's always a pleasure to have guests in studio, especially since I've been depraved of other people for so long. Everything is just virtual. Anyway, thanks so much for stopping by, Lisa. And is there contact information for persons who might want to
contact
yes.
us? They can reach us on WhatsApp or call us at 613-1542. Or they can email us at reminiscencebio@gmail.com.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Lisa.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so you were just listening to Lisa Hamilton, proprietor of Reminiscence Bio. If you'd like to learn more, please feel free to check out their website at reminiscencebio.com. All right, so we're going to head into a commercial break at 9:37 on a lovely Wednesday morning, and then we've got the Mad Jam of the Day coming up, so stay tuned in with us here on the program.
My 97.5
Inna the soca, they come me so not small. Nobody can call me no joker, is a boss. Yeah, this girl Denise Sassua Belfon doing this one for Vibes Ride with Cody Roughcut on 97.5 Mad FM. You're here.
Renovating or extending your current home? Or are you building your first home and need electrical components? Then visit Gaffoo's Electrical Department, your one-stop shop for all your electrical needs. You now have in stock electric.
I was born where the sun melts your heart. 6 people blended, no one set apart. Went away, it's like I've wandered too far. Your arrowhead guides me through the dark. And they say home is wherever you leave your heart. So I hid mine in the bomber room. And you molded me, maybe the man that I am. Regardless what they claim to know, there's no winter home. It's always summer, keep me warm. Hidden paradise, the garden city is my own. There's no winter home. It's always summer, keep me warm. Hidden paradise, the garden city is my own. Our fathers fought to make this their own. 1763. Remember the stand that they took when told to yield. United we'll stand. When destiny is the reason we can. And they say home is wherever you leave your heart. So I hid mine in the bomber room. And you molded me, made me the man that I am. Regardless what they claim to know, there was a winter home. It's always summer, keep me warm. Hidden paradise, the garden city is my own. There's no winter home. It's always summer, keep me warm. Hidden paradise, the garden city is my own. See, Guyana is my home. Guyana is
That was the Mad Jam of the day.
Hello, this is Ravi Bree, and you're locked to 97.5 FM. Guyana, let me go.
Yo, AJ, you know the thing, go, man. Yo, Jamal, what going? Man, Banasa. Man, Banasa. Greatest family. Man, Banasa. Man, Banasa. One up. Man, Banasa legend. Lifestyle blessed like semi that you heaven. Invictus just a kick like Tekken. How much girl for the week? That 7 man, Banasa. Man, ball legendary. That face in my pocket like me that cemetery. Top striker, call me Lionel Messi. Man full of words locked down in library. Man born as a legend. Not try get my pissed off. They made me but them girls still sucking off. More money like for the indie catch register. Step on account the billions still in finger them blister. Me and the girl, them prime minister. If me not get the from her, my link the sister. Keep the circle small and the link large. More money, more girl, yeah, me in charge. Aye. Me and the baddest thing, and nothing else for the improve. For the money, now me day up on a mad move. Aye. Plus me never left yet. Girl, I blow up on my like hot food. Nothing else for the improve. For the money, man, day up on a mad move. I'm never left yet. Them yellow blow up on my like man as a legend. Lifestyle blessed like semi that you heaven. Invictus just a kick like Tekken. How much girl? For the week that 7 man born as a man born legendary. Red face na my pocket like me that cemetery. Top striker call me Lionel Messi. Man full of words locked down in library.
Where will we go? When the quarantine thing done and everybody touch road. Mommy, me gonna start, pull up in a fast car, yeah. And a fast start, make you want the fast part, yeah. I know you're feeling me, you know I'm feeling you. So what now we feel, yeah. Hey, fancy, oh your heart state, now no vacancy. Last time see you on FaceTime, chatting up the place, bout in our relationship. Me, I go put you on lockdown, I put your body on lockdown. You got me on lock now. Got my person on lock. Oh, if you love me, you should let me. You should let me. You should let me know. And if you don't know, better feel let me. Better feel let me. I better you let me go. Pulling up, pulling up, pulling up. Nobody deal with the bagel and talking. Me nothing know we are chilling in an apartment. Hope you don't mind me asking, where will we go? When the quarantine thing done and everybody touch road. Mommy, me gonna start, pull up in a fast car, yeah. And a fast start, make you want the fast part, yeah. I know you're feeling me, you know I'm feeling you. So what now we?
Him ask, oh me one tick so like man I no data service neat and ink up. Natural man and in a surge, you love how me no mix up. Doing a no controversy dance like Cisco. When he touch my cervix, but know you feel say me have a squeeze underneath. Exclusive piece and enough man be. And the way my kiss it off make you no one leave. You for looking at my eyes and tell me how you feel. Take it, me said it, you're right, that's all. Man now for ask if you in love with you, me can't run out of love. You're mine, no girl can drape me up. Take it, me said it, you're right, that's all. You're now for ask if me in love. I'm so addicted to you. You are mine and no can't drape me up.
Airplane, so me stay there. It play shake when you clap it up, not each day. You knock me up, how you want, take it up. Love a little space here between foot for me. Look with that wine, they me in love. But that shake, so when it bounce, you make it jump.
Big ways, 5 face, 10 days. I don't dare wait for you, my charge. For you, my charge. You want the phone? No case. I no go talk. Scarface for you, my charge. For you, my charge. Take me everywhere you want to go. Oh, tell me everything I want to know. No lies, no lie. Yeah, run am anyhow you want to run. Shake am, baby girl you fire pass it on. No doubt. But you say, kilo come, I'm getting money, biggie money. So what's the fun? Who be risky? Body whiskey, get tipsy, but all the bar risky. Kilo come, I'm getting money, biggie money. So what's the fun? Who be risky? Body whiskey, get tipsy, but all the bar risky.
Risky, yes, your body risky. Me no one go 50-50. Risky, yes, your body
risky.
Yes, your body risky. You know I go 50-50. Risky, yes, your body risky.
Yeah, been a very long time. Yeah, me still a wait for your wine. Body curve up, you clean and cute, so your nipple them blow my mind. Me we give you money anywhere, anytime. Jiggle up your body, make me see your waistline. Yeah, you know you need me and your body risky. I whiskey tonight. Yeah, you know you love, guess why? Just up in and right hairstyle. Me we give you the world, baby. Me say you are my bonfire. Yeah, love your style. Ready to give you the ring, girl child. are my Barbie, darling. You are my bonfire.
But you say, kilo come, I'm getting money, biggie money. So what's the fun? Who be risky? Body whiskey, get tipsy.
On a beat, boy. Say she all about the G. My girl, you know your thing, so me keep loving that. Beat the make it keep coming back. I love how you're flexible like a acrobat. When you rest upon the dime, me watch you. Say she all about the G, not another one. All when me fool like girl like Solomon. She asks me, where me girl gone? Listen when me answer the girl question. She says she have a man, me have a girl too. The girl says she have a man, me have a girl too. That's you. Say she have a man, me have a girl too. My girl, she no need me. Why you just don't believe me? Hey, watch her now, hey. The girl say she have a man, me have a girl too. Hey, hey. The girl say she have a man, me have a girl too. That's you. Say she have a man, me have a girl too. My girl, she no need me. Why you just don't believe me? Hey, girl, tell me that she want me in there. Baby girl, rest upon the king there. Mama do it, she have to sing way. Man a bad man, be no put a ring there, ring there. Say she want more and more. Say she want more and more. Say she want more and more and more and more and more. And the doom, say we nah done. Girl, I get it. She want run. Bust it like. Say she done a fire and a bone. Nice pretty girl, I want me like it. Right by my like it, I like it. Got me tired of the cussing and the fighting. Every single light inside the ear for striking. Watch out now.
Bono, I mean I said the man can represent for Maad 97.
I love my Guyanese roots and culture. We are the fruits of our ancestors. I love my Guyanese roots and culture. We are the fruits of our ancestors. Yeah. Yo, this is your boy, NEB592, and I will be your host of the Guyanese Roots Show, live right here on 97.5 Maad FM, this and every Friday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tune in and keep it locked.
Hey, Barbies! Are you tired of bad internet connections and dealing with companies that just don't keep their promises? Want to watch Netflix uninterrupted? Then come on over to BRNet, the best internet service provider in Guyana. At BRNet, we provide the fastest and most stable internet connection. With us, you can stop worrying about studying or working at home, missing out on all your favorite shows and catching the latest news or even being entertained by YouTube. With packages starting from as little as $5,000 for 5Gs to our unlimited $12,000 package. We have something to suit everyone's needs. So call us on 649-8218 or check out our website at brnet.gy if you want to get connected. Call quick because for a limited period, we're offering free installation. We're currently installing in the west and east coast of Berbice area, so don't worry, we'll be in your area soon. BRNet, bringing you closer.
Friendship is the one thing I could never live without. How long has it been? 15 years? 16 years, girl. We have been friends ever since that day you appeared out of nowhere with my favorite. The good old days. So much has changed. Well, not everything. Igloo ice cream is still our #1 comfort food.
Igloo ice cream. Igloo ice cream.
Igloo ice creams, making moments a magical memory.
Now available: cherry, vanilla, strawberry, chocolate, banana, and pino orange.
Mass up. Well, everybody mass up. You know, it's the legendary Major Joby represent for Maad 97.5 FM. Don't change that dial.
Maad 97.5 FM, time 9 hours 53. This is wrap-up time for us here on the Morning Showcase. Thank you so much for chilling with us, staying with us, hanging out with us, whatever it is you choose to term it, is the same thing that you did. In all the hoopla and all the information sharing this morning, I forgot to mention that today is Biological Clock Day. A true thing. Celebrated today observed today on the 28th of April. Tick tock, can you hear the biological clock ticking away? I'm pretty sure everybody can. What does biological clock tell you? Your biological clock tells you basically the perfect time, the ample time to get yourself knocked up, for lack of a better word. Basically, the opportune time. This is what all living organisms have an internal biological clock. It's called the circadian rhythm, which helps your bodies to adapt to the daily cycle of day and night as the earth rotates. In fact, both men and women and the young and old are subjected to the influence of the biological clock that we all have. For example, have you ever stayed awake for an all-nighter and then felt off for many days afterwards? Ooh, I remember when I was young and, I used to go out to parties and stuff, and then I came back and I was off for the rest of the week. That's basically your biological clock talking to you too, yeah? So there are many definitions, and the biological clock, basically holds many caps, okay? So you can learn about that, your circadian rhythms and your clock genes and all that, on this website called worksmartlivesmart.com, all right? So learn about your biological clock today. Is your encouragement. Go about your business, and when you get a chance, probably just make a quick Google search about what your biological clock is. All right. So this is where I will be saying my goodbyes. I bid you adieu. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care. Stay tuned in. We've got Melissa Davey and Selecta Kush coming up next with Girl Power, and then we've got Chow Pow and DJ 50 coming up after that with the Frontline Show. That will be followed by the teachings of Minister Louis Farrakhan. Then we've got NEB 592 and the lovely Amy coming up from 3 to 6 with a Rush Hour Drive. And that will be followed by the Meltdown. Or is it Lady on Fire tonight? It's Wednesday night. Yeah, I think it's Lady on Fire tonight. So ensure you stay tuned in. We've got fantastic programming lined up for your information and guidance and entertainment and everything else in that area. Until tomorrow, take good care of yourselves. Be safe on the outside in every area. Remember, it's not just COVID-19 that can kill you, okay? Buses and cars and rogue drivers and robbers can do the actual same. The vaccine does not protect you from rogue cars and robbers, okay? So lock your car doors and stay safe on the outside. Until tomorrow, bye-bye, everybody.
Answer no cell phone. Right, you know me can't deal with too much company. Doctor down me ringtone. All of them lie and claim say they really want the best for me. Me a free some self-time, Work hard to reach the higher side, can distract my vision, John knows. On the next move, John knows I made up my mind. I'm going harder. Now is my time to shine. I'm going higher. John knows I made up my mind.
Big dreams, since I was 16. Never take a wrong turn, never take mislead. One go long as the greatest in a history. Mine already made up. In a years to come, me I go be famous. Drop lyrical bomb for shake the place up. No
dreams, dog. Chasing my dreams, dog. One Psalms a day, beg Jah for guide me and my team, dog. Dreams, dog. Chasing my dreams, dog. Rest in peace, Kyle, you was a real brother to me. My dog, I have to set it. Stepping at the skin, skull outright. Now me take off like rocket. You want try stop it? Cock up, box out the brain like the boxer. Mom, me darling, with the big. Me no really business where you come from. Can't scare me, no lay me. Big long broom, you know how we sweep. These streets, lie down. Cup to riddle up your lie down. So you is a bad man and a cry now. Pipe, out your eye. Fairy, them fairy. Tag them a little baby. Go for them anyway, anytime if you know me no move shaky. Dog them fairy, yeah, fairy. Tag them, I like a baby. Go for them anyway, anytime if you know me no move shaky. Them a die because them lock. Only see they got the pan. Swan dance, yeah, my time fi boss now. Me in a real and I fit back down. Yeah, them boy, them attacking at them feelings. Regular me have them girl on my ends. With the cook 17 and in. And if a boy violate, they go try vex. None of them don't know we not take shots. Make the rifle balance and boy hit back. Them don't know we got the thing locked down in the base. And me always have it up down cause I have a piece. I can beat and take. Just in the night, finger dance in the street. Yeah, tell a boy come violate. Me and bring,
Stacking up the money now. Can't trust them. Two-faced friend. Stacking up the money now. Can't trust them. Why dog? Them two-faced them. Don't come in on my way. Love the money, so me keep stacking up. Fat, yeah.
You're listening to the New Generation Radio, Maad 97 FM, broadcasting from Georgetown, Guyana, in the highest quality, providing our listeners with the latest in world and Caribbean music, local culture, and top personalities. Maad 97 FM is we own.